Hey, I'm Duke on Twitch. If you want to support the channel and greensunzenith.com, you can find my Patreon, merch store, and singles store, where you can buy singles through TCG Player or Card Hoarder in the video description. If you want to get in contact, you can also find all that info in the description below for things like donation deck lists or just wanting to reach out. Alright, let's get right into it. Hey, welcome back to Dukes on Twitch. Back today with Naya Depths and co-host and good friend Jono Yannick, aka DreadNaught33. Welcome and big congratulations on your big win in the Legacy Challenge yesterday.
Thank you so much. It's really nice to have to come back on again. It's been a while, so thanks for having me here.
Yeah, well, what a better time. You did it with Naya Depths, which is pretty much a green-white deck with blast effects and prismatic ending.
Yep, exactly.
Were there any other cards that you thought about splashing?
Unfortunately, Dukes, I would say no. I love like the red, like the Naya. What do you call it? Shard magic, but it unfortunately, like, I think there was a time closest would have been good, but with prismatic ending and in the format being somewhat faster, and the combo decks usually going for like Days Undoing and things of this nature, closest would be the only one I would maybe consider. But other than that, yeah, this is sort of it. The blasts are just probably the best sideboard card in my opinion that we can have. So
Yeah,
I splash for it, even though it makes the mana slightly worse.
yeah, it's fair enough. I do find the blasts help, especially in some of the combo matchups. It's always nice to play as a green-white deck in game one and then show your red splash in game two. I've definitely done that, or tried to do it against decks like Doomsday, where they don't expect you to be able to fight on the stack, which is quite nice.
Absolutely, yeah. And I think Wara does the same thing. They got second in the challenge on Saturday. I think they're just splashing for 3 blasts, sort of similarly. Yeah. So it helps a lot, and in the Delver matchup and in like the Jeskai matchups especially, it's such a great card to have, and it's 1 mana. So yay for us staying low on the curve, you know.
Yeah, I can see you're not playing anything like Meltdown or Seeds of Innocence, and I assume you just like the kind of flexibility of cards like Force of Vigor and Collector Oof instead.
Absolutely. Like, I mean, well, yeah, of course, you know, like, I don't have to say on your stream how great Oof is, because it's basically in every deck you play. And Force of Vigor, sort of the same, right?
Yeah.
That card's insane, and I love it, and I don't like artifacts, so it's great.
Yeah. Hey, Lurin. And Mark, thank you for the raid. Too kind. Obviously, another Maverick aficionado. So I'm going to bring up your your challenge. So first round you played against Red Prison, and you went 2-0, which is really nice. Did you get to live the dream of playing a Dark Depths under Blood Moon and then being able to force a figure the Blood Moon?
In game 2. Yep.
Nice. Nice.
So also, just a shout out to Outland Liberator for completely destroying them game 1.
Oh, did it flip?
Yep. It flipped, and I killed what? Let me see. Romox. Oh no, sorry. This is, you know what? I'm sorry. Game 1 I got the flip under Blood Moon, and game 2 it killed. They went for like double Blood Moon and the Magus of the Moon. Yeah. And I got Outland Liberator out, and I killed their Chromox. I killed their Leyline of the Void. I killed 2 Blood Moons, and I killed what was the other thing? I don't know. Something else. It was absolutely crazy good.
Nice.
It sold me right there. It absolutely took the game all on its own.
Especially while dealing 3 each time as well.
Exactly, yeah. And I guess they just couldn't find like the Chandra or something in time. They didn't draw any land, so it just sort of kind of kept swinging and killing things, which it was crazy good. That's the thing about that card. It has like the ceiling, as you would say, is really high on that card. Whereas I think more of it might be lower than Creative Autumn or something, but like just I don't know. I'm a little addicted to the game breaking ability now, and it did it again later in the lands matchups. Anyway.
Yeah, it's really nice in the lands matchups because Maze of Ith doesn't stop it, which is pretty sweet.
True. Yeah.
Or Chasm, which is really good.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Really good. I was impressed. I actually never really played it in a competitive thing, and it completely pulled away more. It was probably MVP. That and like a couple other cards, but we can talk about it later.
Nice. How do you find the Jeskai Days Undoing matchup?
Typically, that matchup is horrible for us. In that one, it's sort of the way that one shook out is game one. I sort of just had a really good hand, and they couldn't stop me. And game two, I think that the player I was playing against wasn't as experienced on that deck as I am on my deck.
Okay.
And I sort of baited them into like countering and killing things I didn't care about until I just sort of got them with the combo plus Safekeeper. And I don't know, they played like a meddling mage. I don't know, there's a lot of weird stuff. I just got lucky. Like typically that matchup is really difficult, I would say.
Yeah, especially if you don't have. There. That's probably a matchup where I really like the blasts because then you can attack both Narset and Hullbreacher with just opening up 1 mana, which is really nice.
It gives you a chance, yes. So it's really good in that one. Yep.
Nice. How did you find the lands matchup in general? You went overall, I believe.
Lands is good for us. The last lands matchup round 7 was it's Tim, or they're a well-known lands player in the Discord, and they're a very good player. They played it very well. It's just they have a good plan. I mean, Maverick I think has a harder time, but just the fact that this deck you have Crop Rots and Knight is a card they'd never want to see, and it went pretty well. It's just it can be grindy, and you can't make a mistake, of course, as you know, and you have to kind of guess what they have. Time your bog correctly, things like that. Endurance is great there. Yep.
Yeah, I think one choice with Bog against lands that comes up a lot that can be pretty devastating if you get it wrong is if you should bog them in response to Loam targeting lands, or if you should allow them to have the lands and then hit the Loam.
What do you typically do?
It depends. If they're short on green mana, then I might try to just take off the lands and then keep them off green from actually being able to recast the Loam. But that can be a little bit tricky because once they find that green source, the Loam's just back online. So it probably depends on like my clock on board as well.
I agree. It completely depends on the situation. Most of the time, I think you're rewarded if you have an active Knight or even Reclaimer for going for the bog on their Loam, their cast of Loam, because you typically can find a way to get them off green, as you said, and have them not be able to get it back easily.
Yeah,
but it depends a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, once you get Knight to a 3/3, it's pretty nice as well. The only real clean ways they have of dealing with Knight is 2 damage to it with Punishing Fire and then Bog Us or Blast Zone for 3, which takes some setup.
Blast Zone, that's one of those dances you have to have with hands, and I danced that dance in at least 2 of those matchups. Yeah,
nice.
So it happens.
Yeah,
but the real hammer in that one is Ramanap, actually, in my opinion. If you can get the Ramanap down and you can rebuy without them bogging you, it usually ends in you winning, unless they have like, I don't know, double exploration and Loam without you being able to stop it or something. But typically, I mean, I know Ali usually will point to Ramanap being the problem. So that's the card you typically want to turbo to if you can. That one.
Yeah, I like that a lot. With the Delver matchup, do you remember what your losses were? How the games kind of went?
I believe that both of those. So that was the same player. That was Kyo Aggro in both round 6 and in the semifinals. Very good player. Both of them were me on the draw. Game 1, I lost. I knew what they were playing, semis, but you just get Delvered sometimes.
Yeah. I mean,
There's
you're
not
still
much you can do about it. So
yeah, like at the best of times, you're still a pretty fair green-white deck that, you know, you might have swords in the opening, but if it only takes one counterspell, and then you really have to start digging either for your combo to go faster than them or find more removal, which isn't always the easiest thing to do when like Sylvan Library's your way to dig.
You know, and it's interesting. I noticed that they typically, I think they're running one Brazen Borrower main just for all the people who want to play this deck. So it isn't a complete free win like it was in the Ragavan meta, where you could usually make a Depths game 1 and just win if they didn't wasteland you. It's not quite that anymore, because I did get borrowed as well in game 1s. Just have to be careful, but you know, again, it's the same kind of game. If you can get your better creatures down, I guess people would be mad at me for saying that, but in my opinion, Knight of the Reliquary is a better creature than anything they have. If you can get them down, then you can win. You know?
Yeah. I think you said that in your run, you didn't bring in Torpor Tower or Glacial Chasm.
Actually, I did bring in Tower against Tim because it seemed like he was playing like the Mega Urza Saga plan, so I was like, I brought it in just to be cute, but I didn't use it. So,
Okay.
I just thought maybe that's how I lost game 1. Is he played really well and just kept cycling Saga, and I couldn't keep up with the constructs. I brought it in, but I didn't use it. Yeah, but Tower is for mainly Kaldra and mainly for 8 cast to get through Opters. And again, that's a Rodrigo tech. I can't take credit for that one at all. So,
yeah, Tower's really sweet. Even something like Baleful Strix, just nice to be able to get through it.
That's true too. Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
I hadn't thought of that one. Cool. Yeah.
Yes, especially these Doomsday players, as they just keep adding creatures into the list.
I guess so. And
yeah.
in general, that matchup's just awful. If you really want to beat it, you'd have to devote like probably 10 cards in your board though to do it. And as you can see, I'm not even playing Deafening Silence, so I'm willing to give up, you know, Storm and Doomsday and, you know, other 1-0 combo decks, because I'd rather have more for the fair decks, I guess. So and it worked out. Oh,
nice. All right, I want your thoughts on Mox Diamond. 2 questions. Why do you think these decks only play 3? And what do you think of the versions that have been doing well without Mox Diamond?
Okay. So I'll answer the first question. 3. I think that came to this consensus, and it's, I don't know if you like. I guess the best example I can do is like when Grixis Control used to play Tassiger, a million years ago. Remember that deck? Grixis Control, or like Bug Control, and they would only usually play 3. The reason for that is they want to see 1 a game, but not more than 1. I think that's a lot of the reasoning for it in this deck. Is it's such a terrible draw later most of the time. But at the same time, it's so nice to have early, mostly against Delver and combo. Maybe back to basics, Blood Moon decks as well. So 3 is sort of the perfect number, because it unlike Loam, where you're like a lot of your game plan revolves around turn 1ing Chalice or turn 1ing Library or Bob. While turn 1 Library does win games on this deck, it's a nice thing to have. It's not necessary, because you still have Zenith for Dryad, and you still can just play Reclaimer turn 1. Both of those plays are very good. So I think it's very it's kind of weird to look at on paper, but in practice, 3 feels great. And to answer the Moxless one, I know that's a reference to the list that won the in-person Philly event, which is so sweet. Ezra is like a really nice person, at least just from the short Discord comments. I think that Ezra might just be one of those magical people who can make it work. And I believe that if he had the Moxes, he would have played them. I think he said he had 1. He just decided not to play him at all.
Yeah.
I think optimally this deck wants it because you want things in the yard and you want that ability to turbo out and get ahead of Delver if you're on the draw.
Yeah, it's a great way to make sure that your Knights and Reclaimers are out of bolt range before you play them, which is really nice. And against Delver, it also allows you just to play around days, but also play on curve, which is pretty sweet.
I think, well, yeah, and the reason that this deck I think Mox is a big reason why this deck has success against Delver is like, how a lot of decks, like if you're on the draw against Delver, you're just mostly behind. For us, it's like if you can play the Mox, you can kind of catch up to them even if you're on the draw. And it obviously they usually don't play anything to take care of it that easily. But it's a really nice kind of evening thing against Delver a lot of the time, and it came up yesterday even in the finals. So
yeah,
great.
No, those are great points.
It costs a lot of money in paper. I feel bad for people who need it.
Yeah, sadly. But yeah, it's really cool to see the non-Mox versions do well. There was another one that top 8'd Eternal Weekend last year, which I think was actually more of a choice than Ezra, who I believe rocked up to the tournament thinking someone could loan him Moxes, and that person didn't come through, so he just played without Moxes.
There's going to be legends that build about that, aren't there? It's amazing. Amazing story. Yeah.
And I think the last card is just... actually, one more point I'll say about Mox Diamond is that you probably see 4 in some of the turbo builds that are looking to get something like a Vampire Hexmage into play as soon as possible. And if one of the lands you have to play is Dark Depths, then you need Yavimaya. Sorry, Yawgmoth. Wait, no. Tomb? Yawgmoth's Tomb?
That one.
Yeah.
It's a org.
Exactly. So Mox is just another way to get a black source on as early as turn 2, so you can try to combo off it on turn 3. Which is pretty cool.
Yeah, again, the turbo deck is looking to get it as soon as they can. This deck is looking to get it and protect it or grind if necessary. Like the reason why this deck is cool is you don't have to combo, but you clearly want to win faster, but like you don't have to. So again, that's another reason why Mox isn't necessary as much to have 4. Because you don't want to draw many. It's really bad draw later, and I usually cut them against grindy decks personally, but. Anyway.
Yeah. The other card was Beseiju, which we talked a little bit about before. Which I think in this deck, not being able to put it into hand is pretty tough. So this deck isn't playing like a Expedition map or Sylvan Scrying. You do have Once Upon a Time to dig for it, but otherwise you have to kind of naturally draw into it because your Knights are putting it into play, your Reclaims are putting it into play, Ramanap's putting it into play, Crop Rotation's putting it into play. And I think that
in general, like you would shift the deck into more of a Urza Saga Loam deck, and it ends up being kind of something. I think there's probably a deck in there, to be honest, dudes. Like if you want to, it's just different than this one. Like I think you would start moving more towards Matt Vuk's list. You remember that one he like was killing with like a month ago?
Yeah.
Like kind of quote unquote Abzam Loam one. I could see it being like really sick in that kind of a deck. But in this exact shell, if you want to play this, like it just doesn't make sense because most of the time you're fetching and you're not putting in hand, So.
Yeah, I think the other way it could work in this sort of list is in like Tom Hep's Rainbow Depths with like 4 Sylvan Scrying and then like a map or 2 with a Saga plan. If you're playing like a green-black turbo deck that's playing like green-black Saga, I don't mind it there because then you have ways to put it into hand, which is really nice.
Scrying is like the first card that came to my head other than map, but yeah. So if you're on a scrying deck, it definitely makes sense. And that was like my opponent in top 8 was doing that. So maybe with some tuning that could be pretty scary. See.
Yeah.
Someone will break that card at some point.
Yeah. All right, let's get into a league. Let's see how this goes. It should be pretty fun.
Just like disclaimer, this deck again, like in leagues, if you want to be in a league in 5-0, like I would think that this actual build is gonna have a tough time because you end up playing more combo in this than you do in challenges or whatever. But that's sort of the thing that makes Magic fun is you can sort of talk in circles about what to do or what not to do with your deck. But we'll see. It'll be fun.
Exactly. All right, let's just get this score done. DreadNaught. All right, Perfect. Is it?
People probably are curious about once as well, and I'll just say that the reason I tried it is it was actually kind of a perfect, interesting storm of things. I was playing some leagues earlier last week, and I kind of just found I was mulling a lot and I was flooding a lot, and I was kind of annoyed because I just felt like I don't know, I wasn't drawing the right part of the deck at the right time, and then a couple days later, Lunil or Jason Murray, the really great Taxes player, I posted a 5-0 list with 3 onces after he talked to Hello Newton, the really great Elves player. And so it sort of inspired me to try once again. And once ended up being great 5 out of the 6 times I played it. Just say that in the thing.
Okay. That's
One
really
of the
cool.
times I was looking for like a reclaimer or something early, and I just kind of hit an endurance, and that was it.
Oh my gosh. We've just entered a league with the wrong deck.
That is awesome.
That is classic.
Let's go. It's Loam. Let's go. Oh, but dude, look at that. You have a Dryad in hand. You can't keep that.
Yeah, which is pretty tough. Do you know if I can, because I do want to play, I think I just have to drop, right?
I think you would have to drop if you want to play. Yeah, I mean,
yeah, because there's no way to like
send you 100 play points or something if you want.
No, that's all good. That's all good. That's all good. That's hilarious. We are not playing four color Loam.
No
I didn't even check, and I should have, because Naya Depths is here, and we want to play.
Now you have to go into the league. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, sorry.
Tough.
That's another way to do it.
A loss already on the cusp.
It's so funny.
All right.
We got a loss out of the way, right? That's always good, for the...
Yeah, exactly. That's very true. Okay, Naya Depths. Naya Depths, we can see it here. We can use play points. Nice. All right.
Yeah.
We're back.
Yes, I have a Besage. I didn't even look, but I guess I have a Besage now because I got a set of the new set. So have one if you need one later and you want to use it.
Legend, 2 kind. I do like the onces as well. I think I was playing in that spot 2 more main deck removal spells in 2 main deck prismatic endings, but I kind of like the thought of just going all in on the combo in game 1, and once does that a lot more than prismatic ending.
Exactly. Yeah. It's sort of it's like it's a smarter player than I's way of approaching the deck. Like in game 1, you want your plan to be as good as it can, and then you can bring in removal game 2, right? That's sort of the standard like how to play Magic thing. That's an interesting hand, isn't it?
Yeah, up against the Yorion deck.
They're probably going to be taxes, and if they're taxes, this hand is pretty. I mean, library is really good.
Yeah, the big issue that I have against taxes is that if we green suns for Dryad Arbor and they have either like a port, a wasteland, or a swords, and we don't draw land, we then don't have 2 mana next turn.
Correct. I mean, the other thing to think about though is your land density is very high, so the likelihood of you drawing a land in the next 2 turns or Mox is fairly high as well. So since we're on the draw, I think this is a little more capable, but I wouldn't blame you if you mulled it. I'm going to let you make the call.
Oof. Usually on the channel, I'm a big fan of keeping hands where the mana is good enough to cast really anything that I can draw into. So I think I would potentially mulligan this. So I think the deck mulligans pretty well as well.
It does mulligan well, yes. I'll say that. That's way worse. Okay. Now you definitely have to mulligan.
Well, I mean, we do have the combo. We are just like one green source away. Okay. All right.
No. Oh my god. Okay, this is fine. And you have 1, so that's good. So I would probably pitch a diamond, and it's probably the knight, unfortunately. Kind of not great. But you're kind of hoping your once hits a reclaimer, and I get, or you could put back, so it's Mox and either crop or knight, I would say here.
Yeah, this is a tough one. I think we're definitely keeping it, that's for sure, and I think it is 1 Mox.
Yep.
Especially at 5, the card disadvantage is just too big.
I mean, if it's taxes, I think crop is worse than night. So I guess I put back crop and just hope that we find another land. I mean, it's very likely we will, but I don't know.
Yeah, I guess my only other thought is that maybe on a 5 we have to try to cheese out a win through Duck Depths, and crop rotation is 1/2 of that combo.
Correct.
But
it's true.
It's
yeah,
tough.
and they can plow night with that before I can do anything. So yeah, I mean, you could go low to the ground and then put night back. That makes sense.
And then Knight's also kind of an 8 of in the deck because of Green Suns as well.
Correct.
All right.
Reasoning.
I kind of hope, yeah. This is the only tough one because
oh no. Okay.
like Teferi bounce on the Mox is pretty brutal here. Flagstone's actually quite nice.
It's a great draw. Yeah.
Yeah.
You play the once first, and then we get for Reclaimer. If like would probably be the best hit here. Knight would be okay. Also, Force of Negation. Wow. Okay. In that case, I would flagstones and Mox and step, and then you have crop up, and you can use it on flagstones and fine if you want to.
Yeah, I guess my only thought is there any way they can get rid of the Mox before we need it? Like if we go Mox pass, they go land pass, and then we don't draw like a green source, and they go like Teferi bounce Mox, and then we draw into like Knight. There's a world where we can lose.
The reason I would play Mox is just because of the crop rotation in your hand. If something bad happens, you can at least still get like a 2-for-1 out of this flagstones that you have. I think if we didn't have flagstones, I would understand that, but I think because of the flagstones, I'm playing it. It's just my thought.
Yeah, nice. Pitching the step.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah.
That's not going to be. Yeah, we're not going to have time to play that tapped. But that's why you play 2. Yay. Card's great.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's really nice that like we could endurance it back into the deck, which is really cool.
I actually endurance myself at least twice yesterday.
Nice. Yeah, I can definitely see it.
Lands, so they were trying to bog me when I wanted stuff. So, oh boy. All right.
Okay.
Not bad.
Yeah, I assume we just go for Reclaimer here.
Yes.
The only other thought is going for Safekeeper because we have one piece of the combo.
Yeah.
But I think Reclaimer is just so good, especially with flagstones on the field.
I was gonna say though, like Liberator is actually a consideration here because if it flipped and it could just start killing all their stuff, that would be pretty crazy too. But that is Christmas Land, and we kind of need to have something that does stuff on its own. So
yeah,
I understand what.
Which is tough. I think with one more mana as well, it would have been nice because then at least if they try to remove it, we can at least trade it for the library, or probably just take out the library straight away.
I get that. Like, yeah, if they just removed it, it would feel bad. They're probably just going to remove the Reclaimer anyway. No life taken. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, I always find it interesting when players don't pay straight away with a library. Okay.
Boy. Yeah.
Well, it's getting closer. I think we just pass.
Yes.
But we can turn like this Flagstone's end step into a Thespian stage.
And I like that. I think that's probably the play here, kind of almost no matter what they do, because we're clearly going to lose if we take too long here. So, what I want to see is a library here. Okay. Boy.
This feels like
setting up.
Oh, Yorion into hand.
I was gonna say Euro, yeah.
Alright. There is a world where I should have responded to the Uro put in hand, so they don't have a blue card for force.
It's possible, but honestly, in this scenario, again, like the flag stones are so great in this deck because even if they do force it, it's okay. At least you get something. Oh wow. Yeah, I would consider. Well, okay. Are they going to play Wastelands in this deck? Probably, because they're a Neuro deck, probably, right? So.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they're playing like a Loam package. It's always tough as well here because we don't have the mana to hold up crop as well for like a Sejiri step.
No. Oh. I mean, I'm tempted to go for it, but it's probably going to get punished because they're probably sitting on at least one swords at this point. I don't know though. We're so far behind. I kind of feel like you want to go for the touchdown here and like the Hail Mary. I don't think playing Knight here is not gonna like win you the game versus going for the combo. You know what I mean? I would probably just pass and see what they do, and like if they tap enough mana and stuff, I would go for it. That's my play here because we're so far behind.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think the nice thing that Knight sets up that's only relevant is that you can go for the combo the following turn and then have Caracas for the Yorion. But opponent's already down to 10, so there is a world where like normal combat damage can also just get through.
It's true, yeah. I just I don't think either play was wrong. This is me, like my instinct is to just try to go for it. Like because we're so behind it. Because even if you play the Knight and they have Plow, like didn't do anything anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
I think with this crop as well, we're just floating mana with Wasteland and then losing the Wasteland.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, they're clearly just like they're doing the basic plan. So Force of Vigor will be decent here. Okay.
Oh, they didn't have an extra land. I'm still pretty happy.
Gonna go for it. I don't blame you. Yeah. Might be a force or something. It's like a force.
Force negation. Okay.
Now we can play Knight and it's fine.
Yeah.
No problem. Oh, that's good.
Don't have to play around days, which is nice.
So fun. I just like play around it anyway, dude. It's like I'm like scarred from too many years of playing Legacy. Like I would have played the land first anyway. Just I don't know why.
That's fair.
Gone days so many times. Oh. What we need is a library. It's the only way we can get out of this.
Yeah, library would be really nice, especially with
even
25
then,
life.
I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure we can even then.
Caracas is pretty nice.
Caracas. Nice.
Especially on their side, like Caracas and Yorion to pick up their button grades every turn and draw cards. But that is passing.
Play it. Weird. Okay.
I guess now we also have access to Caracas with stage, which is nice. Then it's going for max value.
Yeah, I mean, there's probably a world where we just concede because of time in a little bit, in my opinion. But
yeah.
Oh boy.
I think it's we're definitely a little bit too far behind. Too many things to kind of go through.
Okay, so this is an interesting board though. I'm actually kind of curious to see what you think. This is one of those matchups where, like, in my mind, like, I immediately start thinking of Choke and Blast and stuff, but it like Choke is a little weird because they aren't playing that many islands a lot of the time. Yeah. And then, Orb is kind of interesting because they have a lot of enter the battlefield things, but then it can look really silly in certain spots as well. I don't know. This is a tricky one. You kind of have to just figure out which way you want to win and go from there. Like blasts are somewhat like reactive, but I think for me, I probably would definitely be bringing in prismatics because you got to get rid of those libraries for sure.
Yeah.
And Force of Vigor is a little bit more of a combo card. I don't think I would use it here. I think Endurance is good. I would bring it in because they're going to be on Uro and stuff. Probably Loam as well. But what do you think about Choke and Blast? I mean, that's really tricky. This one.
Yeah, I think Blasts are pretty nice because it hits both Ice Fang, Teferi, like any sort of force effect if we really want to protect something.
You're not going to bring Chokes.
I don't think so. But it is tough. Because I think Moxen
aren't that... the way you're boarding, like, that makes sense to me. Yeah.
Yeah,
so
I think...
The thing about this one is they're probably on... They could be on Back to Basics as well, just since it seems like they're on Basics so much, so...
Yeah, so I think it's nice to have...
Toss-up, right? Yeah. Same with the Moxes, like, if you have them, you know, at least you can sort of play around that. But I'm looking at the other cards, and... I think Knights are worth it. Crop is probably worth it. Sylvan's worth it. Swords of Plowshare is probably worth it. So yeah, I like the way you have it. Let's do it.
Yeah, I kind of see like once is a bit of fluff that we don't really need. The Moxen like Teferi bounce is pretty brutal.
Okay, so we're actually in a 61 card deck too. Just that in mind.
Yes. Yeah. Maze doesn't really have any great targets, and then like Ramanap, they have so many basics that like a Wasteland strategy isn't really viable.
I agree. Yep.
I think that's
good cuts.
Pretty good.
I agree. I think the only other thing you consider is maybe cutting land of some kind, but I don't really know what you would in this one. I guess maybe 1 Depths because there are so many plows and stuff, but at the same time, that's sort of how we're gonna win. I'm guessing.
Yeah. Which is a tough one, but I think like
these matchups are really difficult to board. Like I understand when people are kind of confused. Oh boy, jeez, we're getting some tough ones today. The problem with this one is like, although we can library possibly on turn 2. I don't know. What do you think? I mean, this is such an attrition matchup, though, that like mulligans on hands that are like even closer can sometimes kill you. Like if we mull to a hand like we did last time and it's bad, this is really bad. What do you think?
Yeah, it's tough. I wouldn't mind something like playing a bit of a slower game where library doesn't come down turn 2. Definitely lead on step, and then probably hold up.
That's probably what I would do. Yeah.
Taiga. Because I want to get to a world where we can play Dried Arbor, but hold up crop rotation for it, and then hopefully get the Sylvan Library down, and also hold up Pyroblast using these 2 lands.
Sure. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah,
especially,
in my opinion, I probably step Taiga, try to play Library, but I understand your rationale too. Library is going to be huge in this matchup, so if we can get it, yeah, we do it.
Yeah, especially if they allow the library to resolve because of Teferi bounce. Ooh, Wasteland.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
That's not too bad.
It's actually fine. That's actually fine. Yeah, easy play. And now we're very, very protected at this point too. Get that library. It's gonna be nice.
So I think here is a pretty nice spot to
yeah. Want to do that? Okay. I don't. Yeah, that's a good call. Sure. Yeah, because then we're protecting the library. Like it's really important. Makes sense.
Yeah. Also protecting the Dried Arbor here with crop.
Right. Plow it.
Yeah, like this is a tough one as well. Like if they plow here, do we get Wasteland because we have the second land for Sylvan Library and take them off the Tundra?
I'd be tempted on that. Yeah, I mean, I'd be surprised if this resolves, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah. At least this isn't too bad because we've already lost the land anyway to Swords. That if it gets forced, then it's not that big of a deal.
No. That's why Crop is such a great spell. Like them pitching EI for that is insane value for us.
Yeah, definitely.
Take that. We'll see if it pays off for them or not. But
oof.
Oh boy, holy cow! I guess it was worth it because of that. Jeez. All right. Oh no. Oh no. Everything looks so promising, and then
If they loam here, I think we have to endurance.
absolutely.
But no
I don't
loam.
have a choice. Green, like Windswept Teeth one time. Oh man. Alright, jeez. This is this deck though, everyone. You have you know, there are days it plays and days it doesn't. It's just how it goes.
Yeah, definitely tough start. Double Wasteland's really good, especially when we didn't have the way to play around it.
Man, that was brutal. Yeah. Okay. Come on.
Alright.
Carcass? No. Please. Alright, we'll draw a green card next. We'll be fine.
Yeah, at least any... Like, if we could copy a snow-covered forest, I'm not too unhappy, so any land off the top's pretty good. But we are, yeah, quite far behind.
Wow. I don't think that we misplayed or anything either. It just was really unfortunate. I mean, I guess maybe instead of doing the Dryad, we could have gone for the library, but still, even in that case, it looks like we didn't get any lands anyway. But
yeah, I guess we could then...
They had a force anyway, though, because they got the crop, so yeah, never mind. Send it back, or... yeah. Endurance it, I guess. I'm not really casting anything anyway. You can get rid of a knight here.
Yeah, exactly. I think we'll see what we draw first. Because if we draw Yavimaya, there's a world where we can just like hardcast Endurance.
That'd be nice.
Swords.
Negative. We can claw our way out of this one.
I wish Endurance was legendary so you could return it with the evoke trigger on the stack.
It's really not good enough yet, Dukes, you know? Oh my gosh. That would be crazy good, right? It's like
Push.
Click. Yeah. Here's a card you never see anymore. Vendilion Click, huh? One died.
Yeah, sadly. Preordain was 2 to the bottom, which is pretty good for us. Probably Yorion to hand here.
Throw
yeah.
again? Oh, okay. Oh my goodness.
Tough. I mean, it can happen sometimes. Just gonna roll with it.
Can.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah, it's crazy how
too, right? Like, I mean, it's like you can go ahead and like go undefeated like 10 in a row, and then go like queue into your next league and just like not the deck just doesn't work. It's just that that's what's fun and terrible about our deck, right? And like Delver always makes it to the top because it has the cantrip cartel, but we don't. So this happens sometimes. Interesting choice.
Yeah, maybe just trying to like get information.
Yeah,
for what's in our hand.
Why not? I mean, they're so far ahead. You might as well. It doesn't really matter.
Surgical is also an interesting thing to bring in as well because you have so many good answers for the Depths combo that you don't really care about it.
That's why. That's why I was kind of like that. That's weird. I wouldn't expect that. Yay. Well.
I kind of see hardcast force here.
What do you want to get forced? Yeah.
I think it's just Reclaimer first.
Yeah, just play Reclaimer. That's fine. They know that we have a library, so they're gonna save it until And, you know, they also play prismatic, so they don't really care. There it is. Full force cast. It is crazy good. I think that'll get banned at some point. A lot of people talk about that. Aggressive iteration.
I think I'm going to try to swords this now. They tapped off Caracas, which is nice, and I just want to kind of get it off the field. It also allows us to use our mana so that next turn we can hopefully just play a knight. Or just library. I think like now's a nice time to try the library.
Yeah. We really need something. I mean, they're going to force it, but that's okay. You all can see if we had okay mana, we could have stopped that Fire Blast, right? So, it does come in handy, everyone. I promise. Even though it didn't look like it here. Oh, jeez.
They might try to return here, but we'll see what happens. No, they're gonna let it go. Okay. All right. Now we're talking.
Yeah, finally we can like do something here. Yeah.
But I can see a Source to Plowshares coming. I guess there is a world where I just like play the Reclaimer there instead of holding up Blast.
I think that was the right play in this situation. How many plows is that? Is that?
I think that's just one. I don't think we bottomed one. I don't think we got a chance to play a creature.
Yeah. Jeez. I don't know. I mean, it's tempting.
Yeah, this is the tough part because I don't think we're in a position where we can just blast the fluff. We have to blast the actual spells.
I agree. Yeah. Let go. They know we have it too, so they're trying to get it out of our hand probably as well. Although that card is ridiculous, so Abundant Growth is fine.
Yeah, and at least they lost the Yorion to a force, so
yeah,
they didn't have like ways to get incremental value off that.
Decks are so annoying to play against, aren't they?
A lot of the things we do, like Prismatic Ending, Swords of Plowshares, Caracas, and then like attacking's awkward with like Ice Fang, Uro to gain life and go above 23, which turns on like sorcery speed removal for Uro as well. I think if they fight over this, I'm happy to... No, okay. Like even with the swords and Caracas in hand, I don't think we use the blast on the Uro.
I don't think so, like, no.
This is fine as well.
Yeah, the main cards that are blastable at this point are like any bounce spell or Dark Depths, Teferi, or Jace probably. I don't really see anything else at this point.
Ending.
Oh boy. Come on. Always have it.
Library's really nice, especially at 29 life.
Brutal. Oh my gosh. And all right, this is a tough first match here.
Arc, I think it was GG about 10 turns ago, but I think he will just copy the. We'll definitely get a red source, and then
in that.
Maybe just copy the plateau. Is there a world where we need double red? Maybe it's double green.
Yeah, double green for sure. You could just take their forest too, but this is fine. Okay. Wow. What a weird hand. Like screenshot that. Like, has that ever happened? It's wild.
I do love this artwork. Is it Moat in the background?
Yes, it is. Yeah. You never noticed that? Similar. I mean, I don't know if it's exact, but it definitely, the flavor is right on with that. Yeah.
Swords on Ice Fang feels pretty bad, seeing that it replays itself, but I just want to use like some of my cards.
At this point, we are so behind, it doesn't matter. In Caracas back this row. They get to just be like, which way can I kill this player? So many options.
Yeah, it's tough as well because they have Caracas in hand that, like, if we don't blast this Uro, then we can't really swords it. But
right. Oh, Uro.
But yeah, I think we're a little bit too far behind. I don't think we have like a plan to get back into the game. With like Caracas on board, we have to hit twice. They have 7 cards in hand and a library. I think it's
Okay.
We'll see what we draw, and then most likely
we're dead, unfortunately.
Yeah. I mean, opponent gets to like put the Uro back into the graveyard, which is pretty crazy. All right, nice to get that one out of the way. Just like, you know, breeze past it. Breeze past.
Oh man, it's okay. Sometimes it's like that, you know.
But yeah, Bant's a tough one. I think Bant's like, that's a matchup where I kind of like something like a Paradox Zone in the board, just to like have a hard to deal with threat that like over time is going to win you the game.
Aura does play that, so yeah,
That's cool.
It's viable. Maybe it's done work for them. I'm not sure, but
yeah, it can be tough as well getting to 5 mana.
That's the reason I always hesitate on that one. Yeah, but, I mean, I have seen how cool it is when it gets going. It's pretty sweet. All right, let's see. We got the re-roll. Let's see what happens. Okay. So we're on the play.
Yeah.
I think this is probably okay. I mean, it's obviously could backfire, but I would probably keep this.
Yeah, I think it's a fine hand because we also have the library to control how many more lands we draw into. We also have like turn 1 crop if it's relevant. And we can keep the Windswept for the library in case we don't want to pay life for extra lands just to clear the top.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I like how you do it. You always have like the old versions of the cards and stuff.
Oh yeah, I love choosing the artwork. Like even getting the old school jewels as well. Old school Caracas. I think it was Arkan who actually got up me for playing the other Caracas, and I was like, all right, we'll change it back. We'll change it back. I apologize.
He's definitely an old artwork, like truest, guy. He's. Yeah, I've seen that in his streams. He's like, like if he's playing against me and I have my new Savannahs or something, he's like, I don't know about this. The Vintage Masters release ones, he's not a fan of. But, oh boy, here we go. Oh no, just as I feared.
It's like no, this is gonna be a Reanimator. So hopefully we can crop.
Oh man, it could be Madness. This could be Madness too, I think. Do they play
Madness?
Petals, right?
I don't think they play petals. I think they're only artifacts are LEDs.
Yeah, you might be. I think you're right. I haven't played that matchup all that often, but they play Faithless Looting. That's all. That's gonna be good.
Oh,
nice.
Interesting. Please don't ritual.
Reanimate.
Yeah, please just reanimate. Okay.
Let's go.
Nice to also hit the looting.
It is. That's a beautiful. That worked out really well. That's why Crop's one of my favorite cards too. It's just it does really unfair things like that.
Yeah, 100%.
We still can cast the library. How nice is that?
All right. Probably just getting Savannah here. Yeah.
I mean, the red, it doesn't matter in this one, but...
Yeah, even for ending, we don't really need to hit anything on 3. Like, the only real card is Animate Dead. You might be able to snag.
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh. Go for it again.
Oof.
I have Caracas as well.
Yeah, funnily enough, like Thoughtseize or Duress or Inquisition does nothing against this hand, but we actually have interaction as well. Archon, that's the card I don't want to see.
Yeah, that's a rough one. Jeez. Oh, you know, maybe we can draw a plow or something.
Yeah, we got time. I guess we bottom up the plateau.
That plateau is very useless here. Yep. Archon is such a beating in certain situations. That was a really good ad for them.
Oof, nice.
Nice.
I'm pretty happy to pay here.
Yeah, we could, yeah, because it doesn't, you know, if they're not going to hit, it's going to be okay. It's fine.
And I think we put Dark Depths into play here so that if next turn we find Stage, we then already have the combo.
I agree.
We'd have to wait like an additional turn.
The only other real consideration would be Caracas in case they like try to go for another thing, but I don't see that happening. Make sure you get them before they attack, because it's annoying.
Yes.
Begin combat phase. I've done that. I've made that mistake before with that card.
This is interesting. Unmarked Grave. I haven't seen this before in a Reanimator deck.
I guess it's like a way worse Tomb. Non-legendary. Yeah. So yeah, they must be running some additional tech other than Archon too, which is kind of interesting. Yeah, I mean you can just go for once. Yeah, I pay for it. I don't think you can afford to pay after this, but you know.
Yeah. Tough. Hey Nonus, welcome. Yeah, so I don't think I want to play a land first. But I could play the Mox, pitch the Flagstones.
Flagstones, yeah, because you have a Maya can help you combo easier. Rough.
Not too bad. I kind of like the Windswept Heath because it allows us to get Dried Arbor, which allows us to play around another Archon with like a creature to sack. But can we actually survive that?
See, I mean, if they go Entomb here, I'm going to be worried, but we'll just do our best. I mean, there's a world that Caracas is better, but I'm not sure.
They're also at 29, so we do have to get 2 attacks in.
They are. This is funny. We always had the most funny Reanimator matches together on stream. Remember that one time where like Maze just like completely hosed? Remember that? That was like years ago when we played. And
I have that match on YouTube.
Amazing. Oh man, what a great match! That was so fun.
We led on yeah, we led on turn 1 Reclaimer instead of holding up Crop, and they went turn 1 Grizzlebrand, turn 2 Grave Titan, and we won.
That was so good. It was so crazy. Maze is such an insane card. I mean, that really pulled weight yesterday as well. Like that's like the quote unquote 61st card. But man, this deck is just kind of redundant. So like having an extra card that's in the tutor box for, you know, like Crop, Knight, and Reclaimer, and then just like also once and stuff is not really a big deal. This is scary. What here?
Yeah, I assume we see at least one Dark Ritual here.
Yeah, they're gonna get Grave Titan or something, and it's gonna be a good game. It's okay. We got stuff for this post board.
Yeah, so we have the Crackers for the Grizzlebrand. If they put it in Archon, we do have the chance to draw into Source to Plowshares, or Thespian Stage also does it because we can end step fetch for Dryad Arbor, which means we can also have the Dark Depths as a blocker if the Archon attacks. Sarah's Emissary. I don't think we have an out to this.
Oh. Oh, man.
I guess again, Swords to Plowshares, because they most likely going to name Creature here.
Still don't have anything in the yard, too. It's unfortunate. Have you ever done that endurance play with that on the stack? It's really fun.
Yeah, pretty sweet. So endurance your opponent, cool. Endurance goes to bin, and then Exhume resolves, get the endurance back.
Oh god, it's amazing, yeah.
Kind of like a new Fairy Macabre, but a bit better as a 3/4 with reach.
I agree. Oh jeez.
This is fine. This is
probably a safe.
I mean, Swords to Plowshares isn't out.
It is, yeah. We just can't fetch.
And we did clear the top as well with Once Upon a Time, which is nice.
Yeah, what is going on here?
So yeah, unfortunately, I don't think we go for Dryad Arbor.
Put in there? Faithless Looting?
Yeah, interesting.
I mean, I suppose you could, because you can Caracas the Grizzlebrand, but they clearly have other stuff in their hand that they...
Yeah, then we die to the Sarah's Emissary.
Right.
I think we just knock the top of the deck and hope.
Man, please.
Hiya! Ah! Alright.
Oh, man.
Getting closer.
Oh, man. Times.
Now I think we just pass.
Yeah, we can't do anything.
They can't, like, gain life here, which is nice because of the Caracas, so...
Oh, jeez.
It's just a hardcast Grief? Or Flashback Looting? I think it's a Flashback Looting? Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Okay. Guys, look at all those Archons.
There's a few coming.
Wow. Okay. Jeez.
I think they have to. They have to whiff. They have to whiff. It has to be like Caracas the Grizzlebrand, Swords the Sarah's Emissary, fetch, and then find Endurance or Green Suns.
Being tuned for. Did they even get anything with Entomb?
You also want to Caracas set first, so they can't draw cards off the swords. I think they got Grief. They might have just... Yeah, that's an interesting one.
I don't think they got anything. I mean, I guess it could have been Grief. It's probably Grief, I suppose. But I don't. Why would you do that? Just to reanimate it? I'm not sure.
Yeah. I mean, it's... I think, yeah, it's going to be fetch for Dryad Arbor if we get a turn. I guess this turns on Reanimate as well. Yeah. Alright. So now we have to find swords. We could also... Yeah.
If we find stage...
That's the thing. I think we get Dryad Arbor so that we have a second creature.
Yeah, I agree.
But we do then just die to another Reanimate spell. But We have some
You
nice
can't
outs.
use it because it's an 8 cast. So, I mean 8 cost. So it would die to that reanimate. Well, I mean, of course, if they do zoom or something.
That doesn't do anything, unfortunately.
Now we're dead.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Do we have a turn? Yeah, but we would be drawing into one card, right? Because we could maze it, go to 1, untap. We know 2 cards. We see 1 new card.
It's possible. I mean, look, you know, if it's like
we've come this far.
Yeah, you might as well.
Yeah. But like,
yeah, these matchups are funny.
One more like exhume as well, or some sort of like animated on this is lethal as well.
Here it comes. Card is pretty cool though. Sort of reminds me of like the ring. It reminds me of like the ring wraiths in Lord of the Rings or something. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
it kind of has that vibe. Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
Definitely. There we go.
Oh, another one. Oh, jeez.
All right, porting.
Okay, so obviously the endurances come in. I wonder. I haven't really played against Reanimator with Topor Orb, but I wonder if that's probably too bad with our own endurance, I guess. So probably not.
I think so. I think Ramanap's probably too slow.
Yes, absolutely.
Safekeeper is probably just a no.
You don't need Safekeeper at all. Yeah.
Is there any world where Chasm is good?
I think it could be good actually here. You know, since we have so little for this one, I don't see a problem with that.
Yeah.
Do you want to have any amount of prismatics just in case they, they do the what's it called, animate dead, or do you think that's too cute?
I don't mind force for that because you can force the animate dead before the creature comes in, which isn't a great plan. But I think it's better than like the third library.
So you want to put the library over in the right. So we're gonna have to make 2 more cuts. If you want to play the chasm, which I think we should try it.
Oh no, that's it. These 3, and then 1, 2.
Force. Okay, so maybe
maybe a Liberator.
Liberator is probably bad. Yeah, we could probably cut that. And then the lands.
It could be like a step.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. I don't know if that's going to be necessary. I mean, that's one of those things where it's like you might kick yourself later, but I think it's okay.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Nice. All right.
Force of Vigors might like actually just save us. You never know.
Okay.
Okay, that's good. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess we have.
You're gonna pitch Depths to Mox probably.
Yep, and then just hold up fetch land Moxen.
Absolutely. They do. Crop is one of the best things we can have. I think the Knight's great. Eventually.
It's always tough because like the depths and the crop rotation could represent the combo as early as next turn if we don't need to bog. But seeing our opponent cap 7, I think this crop is definitely going for bog, so I don't mind dropping the depths because then our mana's just online the following turn.
I agree. I think in this one you have to kind of take on the control mindset instead of like comboing them. Like if we do combo, that's great, but we got to stop them first.
Yeah.
Faster than us. This deck's cool. You can play, lands control too.
Yeah, very true.
Yeah. Worry about, grief here, but there's not much we can do about it. Unmask would be good.
Yeah, I feel like our opponent has a big turn.
No, they're setting it up, aren't they? Oh, jeez. Or it's like they need it. Yeah, there it is. Okay. Well, there's nothing you can do.
Yeah, like there's a world where you can crop here for Caracas, but I feel like our opponent has a Entomb line where they can just choose whatever they want. And they most likely go for Archon.
Yeah, because then all they're gonna do is take the knight, and like that's like our only other possible win condition with this hand. So
tough.
Get hard about it too. I don't. Easy one, isn't it?
Interesting.
Whoa. Okay.
Maybe they have like a duress.
Wow. Strange.
I don't think I want to go for Dried Upper here. Just want to hold up the fetch. Okay.
Nice.
There's no point showing the Dark Depths.
I mean, yeah, because I mean, they've never played like Urborgs or anything. That's the only reason you would like maybe do it is maybe get lucky, but
yeah, that's a great point.
That's a thing. I don't think that's a really good thing. Yeah. That was really interesting that they took the knight. I'm trying to understand why.
Maybe it's because they wanted to go off this turn and they felt like they couldn't beat the knight on board, but I feel like their best card is just Archon, which does deal with the knight. So that's a, yeah.
I mean, I guess maybe they're just going to, like you said, duress you? No. Wow. Strange. Okay.
Yeah. Surely they have something to do. They have 6 cards in hand. Right? They just unmasked us. Come on now. They haven't said anything in chat either, so I don't think it was a misclick.
Yeah. I'll admit something. Like I have like this what do you call it? Superstition about oh, that's why they did it. That's fun, isn't it? Wow. I mean, dude, they can't.
I don't think we care. Yeah, I don't think we care. Yeah.
They're not gonna like fetch Wasteland or something. You're fine.
Exactly. And now we have just Depths up, which is sweet.
Yeah, we're just gonna win now.
Unless they have... Yeah, they can't even like Archon up to 20 life, so even in response to a Thoughtseize, we can just crop and then just combo off in end step, which is nice. Hey, Autonomy.
If they Thoughtseize and then have Petal, Reanimate, they can't do everything. Yeah, I think we're good.
Yeah, thankfully.
Wow, that's really interesting. That was a really big mistake on their part.
Yeah, I wonder if they maybe just thought they had something in hand that they didn't actually have.
So, game. Wow, that was a strange one. I guess sometimes you get gifts.
I love gifts.
Oh, sorry, I was going to say, like, I have, like, this superstition about writing, like, good luck, have fun, because I feel like if I don't, then I look like a bad person, and so I just always do it. I want to be nice, you know, just playing a game anyway. Virtual card game.
Interesting.
How fun is that? Okay.
That's just weird.
I don't think you change anything. I mean,
yeah, I think we just run it back.
You just run it back. I don't see anything. Dramatic, is the only thing that I can consider that's left.
The cuts for Once Upon a Time, I believe Jono just wasn't playing the extra
Prismatics, yeah.
Prismatic Endings main deck.
Prismatics, yeah, and you know, I think when Jason Murray was playing it, he didn't have the maze, and so he only had 28 lands with 3 onces, I believe.
I think this just relies.
Playing... Alright, go ahead.
Sorry, no, you finish your thought. We have heaps of time.
Oh, that is really interesting. Oh man. Oh man.
Once could find one of the 3 endurances. Or a green source.
Could find a green source. Oh man, that is
I think
crazy.
we mull. I think this is it's too much to rely on both a green source in the top 6.
Like, yeah, my little. I think you mull it too. It's asking way too much.
Nice.
Yeah, way better.
We probably bottom the green suns. A tough one. We definitely want the mocks. That's our colored mana.
It's probably the green suns.
It could also be night, because if we draw a second night, it's kind of lame. But at least the green suns can be a night, or it could just be green suns for Dried Arbor turn 1, and then also play Bog.
True, and then you can actually cast the Endurance hard cast that way.
Yeah.
So,
but we also want a green card for the Endurance just in case, right?
Yeah. So I mean, I think there's merit to the Dark Depths or the Wasteland too, if you want, but I don't know. That's tricky. Here's the thing: if you keep the Zenith, you bottom a land. I mean, the Bog though is interesting because if we use it, it's gonna be bad.
Yeah, it's tough because if we Endurance on their turn before we actually play the Bog, then the Bog is just gonna be sorcery speed on turn 2.
Right.
Which isn't too bad because there's a world where if they go off turn 1, we have Endurance for it, we untap, we wasteland their land, and then their turn might just be putting something into the bin to go off the following turn, and then we can Bog them.
Yes.
So I think it's the Depths.
Yeah, I agree because I mean we're still gonna get a green source, the Zenith, so that's good. It's gonna be what's it called?
I just want to see a basic.
Chancellors?
Yeah, Chancellor's pretty tough.
Chancellor trigger. This is okay though, and again in Mox decks it's so much better because you can still pay for it.
Opponent went to 5 as well.
They went to 5. Okay. Sorry, I can't see your game log. I wasn't sure what they were doing.
Oh wow. All good.
Oh wow. Oh man, that's really tempting. Like that's the thing is like the Bog. You either have to like pitch it or you have to play it for nothing. You know? Or you could just Mox get Dryad and just, play the Endurance game here. What do you think?
Tough. I kind of like Tome on Library.
I do too. But
because we have the Endurance for their graveyard and they only have 4 cards in hand.
It might make them over confident about the tomb here, Yeah. You get it. That'd be nice.
The only sequence I'm really scared of is like end step Entomb, untap Ritual, and then like Thoughtseize into a Reanimate spell. But Library just draws us into so much stuff.
Yes, it does. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
this is also like a massive power play to discard Bojuka Bog. For our opponent to just be like, what?
Like,
what is the hand?
Oh, I like that. That's fun. That's a nice flex. I don't need one of my best cards in the matchup. It'll be fine. Library is better than everything.
I just hope they didn't bring in Serenity. At least we would get a play out of it.
They would have played it if they had it, right? Or maybe not. I guess if they went Entomb.
Yeah, and to be fair, if they have Entomb, then we just have Endurance anyway in response to any hand disruption. This is fine.
Okay. Yeah, so that is solid because it can get them into drawing more cards as well. But yeah, it's mostly for Arcana, I suppose.
All right, untap green source. Close. Hiya. Oh yes.
Nope. Quite.
No, because we can't even crop a land into Yavimaya. I think we're just paying for all of this, so. and probably just playing the Knight.
Yeah, sure. That makes sense.
And then we have Green Suns up for Endurance in response to like a Reanimate spell.
Really?
Yeah. Could also Wasteland.
Really...
It's definitely like Wasteland them get Elvish Reclaimer. A few options. I think Knight's probably the play because next turn we can just hold up Knight and crop for Dark Depths to swing in for lethal next turn anyway.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Yep. So thankfully in a pretty good spot.
They're in a good spot because they didn't get the discard on the Endurance, so anything they do is answerable at this point.
Oh, we also get the Endurance back with this, which is so good.
Oh hell yeah, dude! This is it. This is the dream. So good. Seed. They haven't seen this yet. how backbreaking this is.
So nice.
Oh, so good. Oh.
And then we can put the Bulk back into the deck as well when it targets again. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
They're not gonna let us. They're not gonna let us have.
So good. All right, we're on the board.
Okay.
We're on the board, which is really nice. Yeah, Unmarked Grave is an interesting card. I haven't seen that one before in Reanimator.
No, that just seems weird. What is that taking a spot for? I don't understand. What are the traditional cards that is it taking a spot of like extra hand disruption? Like no duress or no Thoughtseize or something? I don't understand. Like it must be taking a spot like that. Or maybe it's taking the animate dead spot. We didn't see that.
Yeah, right. That's true.
Sure.
But
I don't know, that just seems loose though. You gotta get stuff out. I mean, you know.
Yeah. Hey Foxorus. It could be animate dead. It's tough though, because then you're dropping out on a reanimate spell as well, not a entomb.
Yeah. Exactly. Interesting.
But it is kind of nice that you get to put like a looting into the bin. That's cool.
Yeah, it is. It does have some cool utility. Yeah, look at that. EW Landon's the top of he's a trophy leader again.
Yes.
Speaking of the Reanimator, right? I don't know if is he even play Reanimator now? Do you know what he's playing?
I would assume Reanimator or some sort of Delver.
He's on a Delver now. Yeah.
Always tricky. It is really funny to see Magic Twitter with everyone looking for those Kappa Cannoneers for people to borrow because they're so expensive online.
Oh, is it? How much is it?
I think I saw Dom Harvey buy a playset for like $250.
Oh my goodness, really?
I think they've gone down.
The card is ridiculous. Have you played against it? It's so annoying. Oh my goodness.
No, but it comes down so early as well. Yeah, so it's about 956.
Yeah, and his ward 4, man. Like, oh, again, if you needed another reason for Blast, there's yet another reason for it, because you need to counter it before it even comes in, you know? I think I'd keep this one, because any land gets you okay off once.
I'll hold up crop.
There's a reason. And this is the reason why you play once, is stuff like this.
Yeah, I think if we can find a green source off this, I'll be really happy because we can pitch the plateau to...
Yeah, that would be ideal for sure. Luckily, it doesn't really matter. You just find anything, but yeah, green would be better on this, obviously. You know.
Opponent has mulligan to 6 cards.
That's a nice one. Yeah.
Yeah, it is cool with the cowboy at the top.
Don Quixote, or whatever, cowboy. I think Don Quixote for some reason did it. I said Don Quixote, and I'm not sure why, because it doesn't make sense.
I don't know why, but Chancellor. That's not too bad. I guess we then Mox... we can't Mox first. That's classic.
So you can plateau, pay for it, and play once if you want to.
That's true.
What I would do, personally. And just... whatever to the Mox.
Yeah, that's very true, because then we still get to hold up crop, which is nice.
Yep. That's nice. Yeah.
Yeah, so plateau, floated color.
Because your crop line won't work if you don't do this, right?
Correct.
Oh, that's so funny. Yes.
Mana. And then I think we just hold up crop here.
Absolutely. Yes. Although, I don't know, Reclaimer is... It's almost kind of the same.
Yeah. The only thing the Reclaimer doesn't beat the crop does is... Oh, did they keep a no-lander?
Oh.
What's this going to be?
Wow. Oh,
now I'm kind of scared.
Wait. That's tough, though. What do you do here? Part of me just wants to play Reclaimer now, or Zenith for Dryad or something, but I don't know.
Yeah, it's tough because that Chancellor actually really screwed up our mana.
It did. Yeah, that would have been way better without the Chancellor, but what are you going to do?
I don't mind Zenith for Arbor, because then the following turn we get to play Reclaimer and hold up crop.
Yeah, that's probably the play. I mean, maybe they're angling towards just getting something in the bin and then going off after that.
Or playing really hard around crop rotation. Or it's like an Oopsal spells deck.
Who else would be playing Plateau except for us and, like, you know, some kind of painter decks?
Yeah.
We're good to go.
Oh, okay. We can actually play Ramanap here and get back to Savannah. And then hold up crop.
Yeah.
Nice.
Who says Ramanap's bad against Reanimator, right?
No one. I didn't say that. Didn't you say it out?
Oh, man. I'm not sure.
It's so nice as well because we get to get the land back from crop with Ramanap.
It's beautiful. Okay, so yeah, I guess they were kind of saving up for it. Oh.
Animate dead.
Dead. No. I don't think so. Dude, yeah, did you see Mr. Madvook's like legacy rankings or tier chart or something he put on Twitter the other day?
I did. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. I agree. I definitely agree with his take on Reanimator. Like, I'm kind of surprised that people are so on it. Like, I just can't imagine it has like a good Delver matchup, right? I mean, Daze just seems like it would be a beating against that deck.
Yeah.
No. What do you think? Yeah, I'm certainly not a Delver or a Reanimator player, so I don't know, but... And of course, I think our deck especially like has special angles that they have really hard time beating a lot of the time. But I don't know. Surprised so many people play it. I mean, Doomsday is clearly a better combo deck if you want to just combo, but no.
Yeah, it's really nice for a non-blue deck to have such selection like these Depths decks do, with like crop rotation, green suns, knight, reclaimer. Like you're tutoring 4 tutors, which is crazy.
Totally. What you could do is you could here if you want to just combo them next turn, you could just like get something with Reclaimer, get it back with Ramanap, and then so you can get like a Depths with Reclaimer, get the land back, and then back with the other ones, and then just get it with Knight and win. Yeah,
that's very true. So we have 2 mana.
That's kind of like
4 mana, 6 mana.
Plenty of mana. I mean, this is like Value Town thoughts, But...
1, 2. Yeah, this is good. Reclaimer, get rid of Bog. I guess Reclaimer, get rid of Savannah, and then we can replay the Savannah. We have 2 mana left over for the actual copy.
Plenty of mana left over, yeah.
I don't think we have lethal.
Don't here, but we can make Depths and kill them next turn very easily.
3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well, we can put them to 8, which is pretty sweet. But
yeah, I'm just thinking like I want to get the Dark Depths with the Reclaimer and then get the stage with the Knight and just kill them next turn. Like that's what I'm thinking.
That's clean.
I don't think they can do anything about it, to be fair.
Dark Depths, get back Savannah.
I really don't think they can do anything. And so you can just attack with whoever you want.
Yeah, we have a spare mana here as well.
And you can even attack with the Dryad. Like it doesn't like you got enough Knight, because Knight's a ridiculous card. I have to say I took offense to that in that Vintage Cube thing when they like I understand it's cool that like Knight's in the pool so that it makes lands better with Dark Depths and stuff, but like when they're like, oh, Knight's not the card it used to be, while like this deck is like doing better in Legacy than like it probably ever has, other than like 2012. No. No, come on, you know, out of here.
All right.
Good.
The nice thing as well is that the combo turns the Reclaimers into 3/4s. So there's Grizzle. Exhume. I could get value by sacking the Dried Arbor now, but I think I'm going to wait. There is a world where they're running like a way to haste.
Then in that
and I'd rather have like Krakus or Maze. Yeah. Or even block at this stage. They go to 13.
What's going on here? It's going to get an Archon or something?
Yeah, or maybe the white creature, that Sarah card.
Oh, yeah. That would be annoying, wouldn't it? Not much we can do about it.
Hey, Evian. It is currently 12:12 p.m. on Tuesday, which is nice. And I believe around 9 p.m. for Jono.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
Yep,
9:12. Just I can do that.
Archon.
Still
okay.
Yeah, this is still
I mean,
fine.
you can step through both these things. So it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's very true.
Yeah, discarding a Mox is totally okay.
But yeah, step's really nice, not having to even get Caracas.
Wins games. And there's a reason I think it was Wara who started playing 2 first. And like, man,
I love
it. Really comes in handy. It really does.
I love the second step.
Yeah. It's a beautiful card. Actually, I still don't own it. Like, I got it for my LGS. Like, they have it sitting for me to pick up, but I gotta go get it.
Classic.
Second actual card. Yeah. It's like 25 cents or something, right? You know, but it literally was the last play in the Legacy Challenge yesterday. Was stepping through Murktide.
Nice. That's such a good feeling.
That's the standard. Yeah, that's the typical way you win. They didn't have a choice. They had to like hope that they could just chump for a turn, but yeah, no.
They make it easy for us.
For it. Yeah, thanks.
I think if we were being like gentlemanly, we wouldn't have played it and just tooted for the other one. But there's some amount of street cred that we got to hold up here.
Oh yeah.
We did see Animate Dead though.
Yeah. I agree with those. I mean, we had cut the second step. Actually, now that we've talked about it at length, but yeah, I mean that's probably okay. they are an animate dead, again, I'm a little more interested in Prismatic, but Prismatic is really slow for this sort of matchup, so I like Force better.
Yeah, and I do like that Force doesn't allow them to actually get the creature into play, which is quite nice.
And I guess the other cut would be what? Either second step or
I think second
slow.
Step
really slow.
Yeah, I kind of like the second step or Ramanap.
I think it's Ramanap, honestly.
Yeah, because then at least the second step's also a land for the Moxen.
If you get to the point that you can play Ramanap and just waste them out of the game or something like, yeah.
Yeah.
The snake is really good in this deck, though. You have to play. I mean, there's been times I've messed with not playing it, and I always regret it. It was the MVP, you know, at least in 4 matchups yesterday, at least maybe even 5. Really good. I mean, you have crop, but they could just get rid of it by discarding you. But then you have sword, so it's not terrible.
Yeah.
A little. I mean, you know, we're gonna have to draw really well, but it's keepable. What do you think?
Yeah, the tough thing as well is that if they like turn 1 put a creature, if they like turn 1 hold up Entomb and go off turn 2, our only land becomes a black source.
Yeah, that's true.
And I think being up a game, we can mulligan a little bit aggressively towards like a endurance.
If you'd like, I mean, yeah.
I don't mind this hand.
So
yeah,
that was a much better hand. So
I think we just
call
bottom
mulliganing. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's that or once. Like, I don't know if you really need once with this sort of hand, because the crops might be more useful. You know? What are you looking for on the once?
Probably endurance.
Yeah, that is true. Good point. It's basically like, yeah, is a crop for, you know, Caracas better than an endurance?
That's true as well, because like if a creature makes it into play, we have the swords anyway.
I think it's the crop or the once. You can, or like, well, I guess it could be the Zenith too, but Zenith is like a way that we actually get to our win.
Yeah.
So
I think it's second crop. Just because I love the thought of being able to once into endurance.
You're addicted to the big plays, dudes.
We also have opponent on 6.
It's typical for them, though.
Ooh.
It doesn't mean much.
I think we allow them to take the once if they want it.
Okay. Well, they'll take the crop here. I think that would be or the swords. It's probably one of those two. If they're smart. That's the correct call, in my opinion.
Ooh, pass.
Well, you know, they probably have the Entomb line, right? With the ones.
Yeah, my only thought of oncing now is that if we hit Wasteland, that's also a nice draw. It could keep our opponent off, like, you know, Entomb into 2 mana reanimate spell.
Yeah. I think it's worth. I don't think there's a reason to wait on once here. Yeah. Oh, it's not good. Okay. Fortunate. That sucks to see that crop in there, like, you know, laughing at us. I
think I'll just take Savannah, because thinking of if Archon gets into play somehow, it is a 2-turn clock for 18 life, so the 2 fetches is just.
Yeah, makes sense.
Hey Ramar, welcome. Hope you're well.
Brutal. I guess that's probably a good reason in the future to keep 2 crops because of the discard. We didn't talk about that.
Yeah, that's very true. Also, cropping like targeted selection instead of just like what's in the top 5.
Yeah. Clearly that would, yeah. I mean, in hindsight, that was better, but I understand. You know, okay, we got another game. Got another game here. You'll be fine.
They find a pedal. That was a big one because now they have a way to go off with our rituals. Yeah, now we have to swords. At least I haven't seen how we've boarded so far.
True.
But yeah, I think maybe the Once Upon a Time was like the more flashy line than the thought of like discard hitting both crops.
Hmm. Yeah. Interpretation is so important in this matchup.
Hmm.
So good. That's crazy good, man. It's got to be like maybe like one of the best green cards of all time.
Yeah, the foils are really nice as well. Quite expensive and hard to find, but really cool card.
I think, yeah, okay. I don't think I've even seen that before, like in person or anything.
I think they name instant, and then I don't believe we have an out unless we can like turbo towards the combo. But even then, we need kind of like Stage Depths and Yavimaya to go off faster than Sema's Emissary.
Yeah, it's pretty likely at this point that we've lost.
Jono, are you quitting on me?
I am quitting on you because we have two lands. Yeah. Right, we're up a game, so it's fine.
Okay, well this actually just got changed to a four-turn clock, so we got time.
Okay.
I guess we could also draw into Mazavith.
Name. Yeah.
I think it's instant, just because of Swords to Plowshares. Yeah. But if you say it, sometimes you draw it. Okay.
That's awkward, isn't it? Because it's like the dream would be that you just draw into the combo and potentially win, but they still have 7 cards in hand as well.
So they attack for 6. We go to 14. We draw Thespian Stage. We play Stage. They attack for 6. We go to 8. We draw Dark Depths. We play Dark Depths, and then we have a blocker. So we actually need the land around.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah. I like your optimism. Yeah, all they're gonna do here is like Dark Ritual into, you know, Grave Titan and then
yeah.
Okay. These matchups are fast. Like I never mind playing against Reanimator because it's like decision tree like way smaller usually, you know?
Yeah.
Less stressful. It's fine. Against lands, for instance, like you have to make like all the right play. Oh, man, really? Again?
How dare they?
Doing that? No, come on.
This is a different player as well, right? Going after our knight.
No, why do they keep doing that? I don't like it. Oh, that's kind of it, right?
We'll see. You never know. You never know.
Okay.
I also want to see if they like play any like sideboard cards, like Magus. There we go.
That's good to see. Yeah. What does that make you want to do post side? Do you want to like? Are you bringing prismatics now or something, or what are you thinking?
I don't think so. I think we just try to play around it. I mean, we have Moxen, which is nice. We have like removal spells in like crop and swords in a way. So I think we just run this back.
Totally.
But interesting they showed Magus. Because I didn't... I know it's usually played in Reanimator in the 75, but I didn't even think of it.
Well, they usually play like a one-of thing.
Yeah.
Or how to, yeah. I guess like, they can entomb it and then get it versus lands or something. I don't know.
Yeah. It's also a great way to turn off like Caracas or Chasm or Maze. I guess Chasm there would have been not too bad either.
That's true.
I guess Chasm and Ramanap are kind of a combo, right? Because you can just let it slide. I guess you have to sack a land every time. That's the tough part.
Is the tough part. Yeah, you'd have to, again, it'd have to be like magical Christmas land with flagstones as well, so that it doesn't hurt you. I mean, so okay, this is always interesting because you get the Reclaimer on turn 1 and you have lands, so like you have the bog after their turn, you know, unless they have like the nuts where they can tomb and reanimate right away. I would probably keep it. That's me.
All right, man, we're keeping it.
Claimer's awesome.
Probably keeping the fetch. Yeah.
Either way, it doesn't matter that much in this matchup, I don't think. See. No, it's just, yeah, the non, like the Reclaimer that can't be like taken away from you is really nice.
It sounds like it's from like a poem.
Yeah, it's
okay. Opponent's gone to 6 cards.
I mean, it just makes me happy to see it. Oh, see.
Opponent's gone to 5 cards.
But they're probably not going to have like the crazy draw, so I think we're gonna be okay. Because we don't.
All right.
You know.
Like land, ritual, entomb, exhume is what I don't want to see. Oh, nothing. Yeah, okay. Now we get to sit back.
You just chill.
I think we just turn the planes into flagstones if they do nothing, and then get like the flagstones thing going, so we can get to a stage where we can cast Knight and also hold up Reclaimer.
Absolutely.
Hey, Harry.
I agree. Right. Okay.
Magus?
Oh, okay.
Do we care?
No. I mean, you guess you could stack the Savannah for a Dark Depths, and then if we ever kill that, then we just get it. That's always fun.
I like that a lot because it's going to tap for red anyway, and we have the other colors, so this is all good. I mean, we have Force of Vigor as well, like if they draw into something, so.
I love this play. It's so fun.
I think we're just tapping out for Knight here. They're on 3 cards.
We're good. Point. It's true though. It does turn off the bog, so that's a problem. But you know. Chasm's off too.
Nothing's huge.
I mean, yeah, unfortunately for them, it's like they only have 1 black mana now, so they're not going to be able to do much. And yeah, what I would do is I'm just going to try to get to 3 cards in the bin with Reclaimer probably at some point, and then you could even Crop Rot as well, just to get more cards in the bin and just start, like, attacking. I mean, I don't really see what else you can do at this point, right?
Yeah, I actually did something wrong. I got the Dark Depths in response to Magus, not when Magus was in play.
Oh no!
That's fine. That's fine. We got stage and stuff to do. We have things.
That's true. Oh, but no fun. Yeah, no fun blowout play. That's okay. So again, like I think instead of playing the other Knight here, I'm probably going to like tap Reclaimer and maybe Crop Rot Just get like more stuff in the yard and just make my creatures big and just start attacking that way. That's probably what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, I assume Flagstones still works underneath crop rotation because it's when it goes to the graveyard.
Doesn't, unfortunately.
No.
I had to do that the other day or yesterday. Yeah.
Okay.
Doesn't work, but it's okay. You can, it's what it is. So I don't know if you attack with Knight here. You could.
I don't mind it. I mean, what's the crop doing if we hold it up?
Nothing. I mean, it just is filling the yard to make your Reclaimer bigger and your Knight bigger.
Oh. So maybe if we play the second Knight this turn, the next turn we can attack and then have crop up as well?
Yeah, you could. Do one.
Could also crop for another Flagstones, which puts the extra land into the bin, which means we can attack with Reclaimer next turn as well.
Because so I was thinking about doing... Well, so the Flagstones isn't going to trigger. Like, it's a mountain, unfortunately. Oh, man. This is a bummer. Oof.
Sire.
Oh, boy.
That's not the worst. Because now we just get big Knights.
Honestly, it doesn't matter. Yeah, like you're playing the Knight out was actually really great. Oh, if only. Oh,
yeah, so we can good. Now we can Swords the Magus, and then attack with one Knight at least.
We won this game. We won this game. Yeah. Oh, what I would do first before that is tap the Dark Depths mana in case you want to use it for Reclaimer, maybe. So you can sack the Flagstones.
I guess we have 3 mana in total because we can just go for Thespian Stage with Knight in end step.
That's true. Yeah, you're right. Good call. Yep. That's true. That's better.
We could also just get another Dark Depths.
That is also true. Yep. We should do that. I don't know. I don't think they can do anything about a Dark Depths that's in.
I think, yeah, both ways just are kind of the same, which is nice.
Fire's a 6/4, right?
And they're on 0 cards, so there's no way for them to put a creature into play either. So it's not like we have to get them to below Archon, like gain 3. So I think we're pretty righteous to pass here, and then end step make the 20/20. I can't think of a card that they could have here. Yeah, thankfully. Yeah, it's just a land.
Yay.
Yay.
We're gonna make you do it. Okay. The card is pretty sweet, though. It looks really cool. Card is pretty dope. Sire.
Nice. There we go.
I play Reanimator and you're fine.
Nice. Definitely not like some people might just think like, oh yeah, you have crop rotation for Bajuka Bog, like Reanimate's easy, but it is pretty tough to like navigate through some of those turns.
It is.
Alright. Up against Keeps. And this is probably not a Keeps. Yeah, a little bit rough.
Well, at once.
Yeah, I think we keep.
You got to draw.
Yeah. I think we bottom the Knight, just because we have like Library to find action, Green Suns to find Knight. The Maze could just be great against like a Delver deck to buy some time.
Yep, that's true.
Just don't be Reanimator again. Okay. See if we draw a green sword.
I wonder if you have to play the Flagstones out of play around days, but maybe not.
Yeah, I think because we're not going to be playing the... Well, I don't like to play Reclaimer as a 1/2 against Delver, So I don't think we're playing a 1 mana spell here, other than a world where we want to go like once into Green Source into Green Suns for Dried Arbor.
Yeah, that would be a good play, but
I think to play around Dazo is just correct because we don't have a green source in hand.
Yep.
That we could also play around. I mean, we could just play this in their upkeep as well to play around Force Negation. Could also try to dig one deeper as well.
What do they? Ooh.
They're going to try to brainstorm in response. Oh, Spell Pierce? I did not think about Spell Pierce. Yikes.
Okay, well there it is.
Which at least we made them use that mana on their turn.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's classic.
Oh, actually not terrible because you could waste the flagstones.
we could if we really wanted a source. I kind of like just maybe wastelanding and upkeep. I don't think the wasteland's doing too much for us. I guess it allows us to play like the library around days.
Yeah, we don't know what they're on yet, so
yeah, it could also be like a low to the ground version with like True Name, which would be pretty brutal. Like Stifle's a big card that I hate.
Could just stifle it, yeah. Oof. I don't know. You're wanting to wasteland here?
It's interesting. Yeah, it might not even be Delver. That's the big thing.
I know. Yeah. I'm wondering about that with the Spell Pierce and stuff. I'm just not sure. I mean, maybe they're just like Beacon Show, who's being really non-entropy. I don't know.
Yeah, Sneak would be tough. Misty.
Weird. I don't know what is happening right now. That's good. Not good.
I think we played Depths.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We play Maze too. I mean, doesn't really matter.
I guess in case they have like, if it is Sneak and they have like Ancient Tomb, Sneak Attack, Lotus Petal, Grizzlebrand, they do get to buy a bunch though, so Maze doesn't do too much there.
No.
I think it might just be
Depths. Doesn't do anything. You think it is? Okay.
Because then at least like they probably know that we're on Depths with like once Flagstone's Wasteland already shown. And for some reason, if they are in Delver, I'd rather them use a Wasteland on the Dark Depths than use it on the Maze.
Yeah. I guess you know blasts are going to be good here, whatever this is. Too.
Okay. Look. Delver! There we go. Look at that.
It is. There it is.
Come on, Yavimaya. Oof.
Oh, oh boy.
Another iteration.
Hey,
Glacier,
oh
welcome.
My God. Game's over.
You never know. You never know.
Maya would be the best, like probably the best draw of all. If that's the thing too, is it you know, playing the 3 Yavimaya is nice. It's nice in the non-splash versions of the 3 because it's so good. And to get rid of the maze, yeah.
And now these libraries are just brutal as well.
Okay, Span is okay.
I kind of just want a Green Suns here for Dried Arbor, because then if they bolt it or remove it, we then have a 3/4 Reclaimer to live through.
Yep. I mean, we're in dire need of more green sources, so...
This does lose to Force Negation, which Reclaimer doesn't, which is definitely something to consider.
Yeah. Okay. That's the thing there with libraries. Just we're not gonna take life, but that's enough. That's a consideration, I think. Flip.
Bolt. I mean, we're also like Thespian Stage at the top here would be pretty sweet.
If they pass with those two up, they probably have Borrower. Usually playing 1 or 2 main now.
They got Wasteland and Bolt.
Oh jeez. Oh jeez. No, not like this.
Like this, Jono. Take it.
Oh.
Take it.
Oh my god. So bad. Over, man.
Sometimes you just get delved. You just gotta take it. You gotta sit there.
Is such an insane card. It's so good for them. Oh, this is brutal. It's gonna be like the biggest Murktide of all time. Oh man. Look at that concession. I've never seen it quicker. Like.
All right, we have the libraries out. I think that's fair. The Outland Liberator out. I think that's fair. Prismatics seem fantastic. The blasts seem fantastic. The endurances seem really nice, and I don't mind like some number of chokes.
You want choke? Okay, so your like Safekeeper is pretty medium. In my opinion, Ramanap is medium because it just gets bolted. Like I don't really, I understand that it can rebuy you lands after they wasteland you and stuff, but that's just it's so slow in this matchup. I typically cut it.
Yeah, especially if we're bringing in a lot of 3-drops as well.
But in this one, I'm cutting 2 crops too. I'm keeping the onces.
Okay,
this is my take. If you don't want to do that, that's fine.
Yeah, I like this. Nice.
Crops are rough because if you do it, get rid of the land and they force it, like that's usually game over at that point.
Yeah, that's very true.
Once is nice because it helps you smooth out those early hands, and it's not like the worst draw later because you can at least cast that in their turn.
Yeah, the spell pierce on once there was huge.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy good.
That's the thing. Cards like Stifle and Spell Pierce are just so good when you don't expect them.
No. Probably, I don't know. They probably only have room for one of the. Like that's probably the one of that card or something in their deck.
I forgot about my coffee, and now it's like I just know it's cold. But
you're a big coffee guy, right?
Love coffee. Oof.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Dude, are we brothers?
You have like low. I think we talked about this last time. Like you have like local roasteries and stuff that are pretty cool.
Yeah, Fonzie Abbott. Bonzi Abbott is definitely my favorite.
Nice.
Yeah,
So, yeah. There's some great ones in my area too. I mean, Vigilante. I mentioned last time is my favorite. They're amazing. Cool.
I like this hand.
It's a great hand.
I think I'm also we're just keeping the mocks for a little bit.
Okay, so I probably go. I guess. You seem to like really not want to open Reclaim. We're up to getting bolted, which is fair. But that's also a play you can make at turn 1.
Yeah, I mean, like if we lead with Flagstones here and pass,
it's fair. Do it.
we can then Wasteland them and Swords, which is 1 land in the bin, and then Windswept Heath is 2, and then the Mox Diamond plus Stage is 3.
Right. It's good. Nice. Okay. Might have been right to take this line.
I'm happy to Wasteland an upkeep unless they Brainstorm in step. We didn't see Stifle game 1, so I'm just happy to
have it. It's very unmeta to play Stifle for them, I think.
Ah. Windswept Heath.
So now you just pitch that to Mox Diamond. Yeah.
Exactly. I'm pretty happy to go for Savannah here. I don't think we need to go for basic.
That's fine. Sure.
And
Either
then we
way
get to
is
play
okay, I think.
Mox, which plays around Spell Pierce. I guess Spell Pierce is a card that could get us here, but
what are you gonna do? You gotta get it. That would be really funny if they left in Spell Pierce.
Don't say it, Jono. Don't say it.
I did say it. It's too late. Oh my gosh, are they gonna Spell Pierce us? No way.
I feel like this is a force, and they're thinking of the other blue card to pitch. Okay.
Yeah, good call.
I mean, like getting expressive iteration
we'll
there is so
that.
nice.
We will take that. Oh my gosh, that's great for us.
And now next turn we get to play Green Suns again around days, and also play Swords around days if they play a turn 1 creature. Hey Eli, welcome. Coffee is life, Ramar. What's your go-to coffee, Jono?
Well, I actually just like I usually just pour over every day. Like I have my like nice Kalita wave thing that I like the ceramic and I just pour it over usually into like a Chemex.
Nice. Nice, that's cool.
Nice, yeah. I don't have like a fancy espresso machine. Do you do that, or what do you do? It's a terrible use of borrower.
Yeah, it's a really interesting one because we have the land anyway to play around days.
Awful use of that. Interesting. Okay,
I think I'm happy to play the stage here. Yeah. If they had like land into hold up Spell Pierce, I could see where that works.
So you're gonna hold the Mox in the plateau for now? See what you get?
I'm not sure if I want a Mox. That's the big one. I think I'm happy just to pass here. The only upside of playing the Mox here is that we could hold up Swords to Plowshares around days on their turn, which is pretty huge.
Yeah, it's a big deal. Like you might end up drawing like something that you don't want to. Like you might draw like another Flagstones or another stage or something, and then the Mox might be okay.
Yeah, because these are 2 red sources, so I actually think the Mox is fine. It's just harder to deal with red source for them because Wasteland hits the plateau, but Mox doesn't.
They're not going to have another good answer for that unless they're playing Meltdown or something, which again would be kind of overkill, I think.
This is fine.
Is it though? That card is ridiculous.
It is pretty good.
Oh man, it's a silly card.
Hey Drim.
Wasteland.
Yeah, I think Elf is pretty good, especially if you can get it down as a bigger creature. Like a 3/4.
Look at that, they can't bolt it to death.
Yeah, they can't Unholy Heat yet either, which is nice. And at least if they play a creature here like a DRC, there's a world where they try to... They're bolting me? Wow, that's aggressive.
They're filling it up for
Murktide. Okay. Oh, we just have...
Now you can just combo.
Yeah, now we can just combo, which I think is just correct. Because they're tapped off any sort of interaction.
Even if they make Murktide, I mean, the problem is they might have Submerge. Actually, like was able to play around Submerge a couple times by like sacking my only forest. So you clearly don't have that option here, but like that was kind of nice yesterday.
Yeah, they just don't. Okay, that's pretty nice.
What? Wow.
I guess they thought that their only out was Murktide, and they probably know the deck well enough to know that we have like Sajiri Step as just a backup play.
Well, I know that. I mean, they typically always have 1 to 2 Submerge, so I'm surprised they just gave up. I mean, because they could dig for it or something.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick. Do you want to talk with chat about the sideboarding?
Just for this matchup, yeah, sure. So I mean, and like It's up for debate. I know there's certain people that like Ramanap in this one, but like for me, just the fact that it's a 3-drop and it can get bolted, I cut it here. Um, Again, the reason that we cut 2 crops is just that if you play it, get rid of the land and they counter it or daze it, it's really really bad for us. And like we need all the resources that we can to stay. It's not about comboing fast. It's more about solidifying our board and then getting ahead from there. The Pyroblasts are completely insane because, in addition to obviously tagging Murktides, they can protect from Submerge or from Borrower, as you saw they're playing, or in a spot where you know they're digging, it can tag Iteration or any other even just a Delver if you need to. I think the reason I like once is we need our hands to function well, so it helps with that. And in addition, it's not the worst draw late because you can cast it on their turn and they have to use their mana. Choke absolutely won me games yesterday. It's still really good. If you kind of can cast other things first and then play the choke, like when they've used some of their early counter magic, it can be really, really devastating for them still. It's one of those cards that just, it can completely just win a game on its own, which is like not, it's nuts. So, Prismatic's obvious. Sorry, what?
Do you have any thoughts on postboard on the play or on the draw?
No, I don't think there would be sometimes that maybe there would be things to think about, but I personally I think that this is pretty standard. The only thing that might be debatable is whether you actually should cut Karakas, because you kind of always want as many lands as you can, but the other cut would be I guess you would either have to cut you have to only play 2 endurance, or you'd cut it once. I don't know, but I like it as like this personally.
Yeah, the chokes can be a little bit awkward on the play, but I think because you just want to see it, 2 in the deck is more than fine, even on the draw.
Jeez, this is awkward. I think you kind of should get rid of this.
Yeah, this is a really hard one to navigate from the mana, and I don't think that's a headache that I want to be fighting over.
You don't want to. Nope, definitely not. Mull that one. Man, it's rough. I mean, I think you have to keep it, but not very good, right?
Yeah.
Try it on the bottom.
Yeah. Ugh.
You're just gonna have to play Reclaimer out, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think so too. I don't think we have that. Like, we don't have the luxury of just like Yavamaya into Dark Depths into the stage. 2020, go for it.
That could even be like more shaky mana wise than this is like you've already lost. I think you gotta. It does help that 7 Adam that once, but like it just the fact that it was like Dryad and Sajuri Step and Maze, like none of those things could tap
from mana straight away.
So it was too scary. Okay. So yeah, Dryad, yep.
All right. The big question here is would you be happy trading Dryad Arbor with Delver? You're also like if you go Windswept here for Dryad Arbor and the Delver doesn't flip and then you draw into another fetch land, you then have a 3/4 Reclaimer on turn 2. Or a Mox. Am I selling you?
I mean, no, I can see the upside. Yeah, I think it's. I mean, throwing a Reclaimer just into a daze feels really bad. So yeah, go with it.
Thank you. Nice.
Hey man.
Here we go. Spell Pierce. Okay.
Left it in. Oh wow. Right. I guess they could always pitch it to Force or something too, if needed. least this way you can cast it without getting dazed.
Yeah. I'm probably playing the Yav.
Yeah. Good. You just gotta click through.
Okay.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, so you're
Yeah.
definitely playing the app. That's good.
I guess they do have... This is nice as well because like they can't like daze us. They could, but then we just get to tap the Windswept instead of like having to fetch.
At least there is a way to make it a 3/4 too without even getting step. You can fetch rotation, fetch again, but I don't. You know, that's pretty. Let's see what they do. Preferably, you'd want to like save the other step in your deck for later if you could. It can come in handy.
Yeah, exactly. That's very true.
We'll see. Still amazed, so like that's something. In case we don't draw anything good, we can always get that. Just dying to Delvers and Murktides here. I haven't seen Dragon Rage yet. I'm sure they're playing it, but
Eli, how do I mod you? I couldn't figure it out. Ponder first. Chose to shuffle. Okay. I can block and report you, but I can't add you. Wasteland.
Block and report.
Interesting.
And I guess, I don't know, just the way that this is working out. I mean, we know they have that spell pierce too, in case. Yeah. So it's like crop rod is rough. I mean, I guess I'd probably just play the stage at this point. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, if we really need to crop, then we can.
Yeah. You know, you can get it with Reclaimer as well now. So we'll see what happens. But you can't go for the combo because they have Spell Pierce. You know they have it. So.
Very correct. Nice. Hey, Mike. Welcome. Hope you're well. I feel like they're going towards Murktide, or they're trying to draw into another threat. That's why they shuffled the Ponder.
That would make sense. I'm shocked we haven't seen DRC yet. I mean, I'm looking for it.
They targeted themselves as well, so they want to see what they draw into if they want to fetch here. If they try to bolt the Reclaimer here, do we try to save it? We have a few ways we can do it. We can fetch and then crop. And if they spell pierce it, we can just get the other Sajiri step to give pro. Or we can go and get flagstones and then copy flagstones with Thespian stage, which is pretty interesting.
It's a lot of ways. I mean, yeah, I would say like probably the best way is like fetch, up rod. You have the mana to pay for spell pierce, and then Oh yeah, I mean, if they have another counterspell, so be it. But then they wasted a ton of cards on it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's what I would do. Is probably fetch, like, get rid of whatever you get with the fetch, and then get another fetch, and then it's up to 3. So that's probably the way if they do it. I don't know though. I think what was the exile card? Iteration? Was it Scalding Tarn?
Uh,
Did they not do it with EI?
doesn't look like it.
Could you just like combo here? I mean, I guess
Could definitely try.
They might have. They might, dude. Just go for it, man. See what happens. Huh? Okay. Ching.
Okay.
Pierce. Okay. It's worth it.
Well, now we just get to... That probably means that they don't have like a Submerge in hand, unless they are worried about not having Brazen Borrower up. But what are your feelings of... I probably could have actually cycled the Yavimaya there and got another Yav.
Could have, but yeah, I think it's okay. I mean, you just play it and you're locked in. You got to go for it at this point because you just die to a bolt. Actually, now Reclaimer's big. Finally.
Sadly, we have seen Brazen Borrower from opponent. And it is a deck with cantrips as well, so I don't think we're in a position here where we're going to be able to get through, but we've definitely given it to our opponent. We have the step in hand as well. We don't even need to cycle the Reclaimer, so our opponent could like try to wasteland the Yav if they're on Brazen Borrower and not Submerge to keep us off 2 mana to use the Reclaimer to find step. Is like another line they could take if they want to try to buy time by blocking with creatures.
This long, it makes me wonder, but okay. I don't think they have borrower. They would clearly have done it by now.
Is this just another? Yeah, that's gonna be fine.
Yeah.
The only reason not to fetch from that cropped land is I didn't want to go to 10. Just to put me into like bolt-ish range.
Hmm.
This is fine. They have 1 card left. Yeah, nice. Hey DJ, welcome.
Unless they, for some reason, are just like really slow playing a Submerge, which they would have cast by now. Okay. So just win. Good game. Step, win.
Yeah, like my only thought is it Submerge? Like they're just trying to like really bait us. And in that case, we can play Wasteland and then sack the Yavimaya to go and get step. But then if they have like Stifle as like a weird card, I think we just play step, right? We just play step.
You play step and win. That's what you do.
Exactly. Why would they give up 10 damage? That's very true.
See how long they were like sitting over there waiting?
Yeah, that's very true. Yeah. I'm overthinking this. 100%. Surely. Please, opponent. I can't even look. Ah!
Oh, you're gonna win. It's okay, don't worry. Submerge, then like fine, you know. Well played, not okay, cool.
Yeah, classic. The old.
Actually, that's how I won. That's how I won. Like that. I won the thing yesterday.
Delver players, am I right?
Oh my god! Oh my god! Come on. Ooh. Backdoor stifle. That would have been pretty backbreaking, but didn't have it.
Those are the wins that make me okay with Murktide.
This deck, it just has like weird angles that randomly do okay against some of those. You know?
The matches so far have been a loss to BANT, like mid-range control, a win against Black Red Reanimator, a win against Black Red Reanimator, and then just Blue Red Delver. All right, up against Kalkin. This hand's interesting.
Yeah, I mean that's probably
the kind of
good enough to keep, but
yeah, sequence here is like Savannah into Reclaimer, into stage, hold up Reclaimer, end of turn Savannah into Yavimaya, untap Depths, and then just have the combo.
That is, I mean, yeah, if everything goes well.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, I don't know. You could also just try to play Reclaimer, they force it, and then wait you, and then this game.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or just like Lotus Petal Rider Flame. Like, so close.
Yeah, right. Yeah. No, it's like Undercity Informer or whatever. That'd be even better. Oh, that would be brutal. We'll see. I love that Teeg article, by the way. That was really well written. I just want to say that again.
Too kind.
Made a lot of sense.
I'm
like
tough.
You though. Like I always am like, oh, I should be playing Teeg. It's like, what if, you know, what if Karn? What if like you know, like Passing Flames? What if like I always think about this stuff, and then I realize that it like doesn't actually do that much. You know, like that article is well written to remind you that though it feels like a security blanket against things, forms even like the dress down thing just completely wrecks.
Are we playing against Infect?
Anyway.
Are we playing against Infect?
I don't know.
You
know this player?
No. Oh. Okay. Now we get to hold up swords around days?
I still think okay. Let's say if you wanted to combo off, still was like in a turn.
Yeah, I guess we still can because we can trade the Savannah away for either stage or depths.
That's true.
But then I get what you mean. That was a little bit faster my start. But I think Teeg is more of like a kind of like a Seeds of Innocence card instead of like a Force of Vigor card these days, where like you can just come up against matchups where it's like such a good card.
You know that's another point too. And I know you mentioned a little bit, but like most of the best cards we play now, like Prismatic and Force of Vigor, are like combos with it as well. It just makes it even more awkward. So I don't know. You're gonna get Cloud.
Oh, okay.
BANT again.
Is there a world where we go for waste? Yeah. That's a tough one. I could go for Wasteland because Ramanap's actually pretty nice here, but we have to get to that mana as well.
Yeah.
We kind of have like the combo already. I don't mind putting like a Wasteland into the thicker things.
Blastoise.
Flagstones is interesting as well.
Yeah.
But I feel like we're definitely seeing a swords here, so I think the Flagstones isn't as good as it could be.
Yeah, and so like that also makes you kind of take pause on the combo a little bit, where you feel like you have to build a board first. And yeah.
Let's just quickly see what the Ponder did. The Ponder chose to not shuffle. Okay.
Shuffle.
I'm gonna go for Wasteland.
Waste, okay. Not allowing it. Okay, there it is. Nice.
So now we have some options because we could. I like playing Ramanap with value though.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of rough to play it out and then get nothing.
I also want to hit the white source here before they can like make use of it, like Ice Fang or Dress Down or something. Oh, I didn't play a land.
Wait.
I didn't play a land. I didn't play a land. Oh, no. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. This is all fine. This is all fine.
It's all part of the plan. Yeah. Oh, jeez.
We are in a great spot. We are in a great spot, and we're doing okay. We're doing okay.
Yeah. It's all my fault, you know. Sorry. Oh no.
Tough. Yeah, it's a massive punt. I hate it when you're moving between the different phases.
One more punt to consider as a punt.
Oh, they have a Loam. Okay.
Oh no. Boy.
I probably just want to hit the Loam here.
You're gonna bog for sure right now.
Yeah. Just hope they don't have like Brainstorm in response. Yeah, being a turn off is huge here now. Unsub, yeah. I wouldn't mind it.
Oh. Come on. Be nice.
Okay.
Roll. Like that art on the Uro?
I'm a big original art guy.
Yeah, I figured. I just wanted to see.
But you know what? You do you. You do you.
I don't care. It's just kind of funny because it's sort of like in that I was like sort of part of that series with Godzilla and all that too, right? So like it's kind of funny to see it like that for me.
Hmm. Yeah, that's very true. Brainstorm. Yeah, the black's interesting.
But that brainstorm.
Ugh, no, that's just.
Yeah,
come on now.
That's not good at all. Yeah, I don't know.
I want Macadian Masks, or don't play Brainstorm. It's just that simple.
See. That's a weird art. Yeah, I'm not sure. Sure what they're going for there. It's sort of like Dali, like surrealism feeling to me.
Wow, yeah, that was deep. That's nice. Ice Age? Ooh,
like art.
Chat's going for Ice Age.
Like Ice Age, okay. I like the Ice Age one too. That one's cool. I think there are like multiple ones that are cool, but not that one. Oh boy, I gotta do that.
I think I might just play the Caracas here. Or maybe I'll play the Flagstones and not show the Caracas. Because we still get to hold up swords here. Flagstone's also really nice if we start getting a Green Suns for Safekeeper going.
Arrows coming in.
Yeah.
Ooh. Japanese for depths.
See, this is a matchup where I'm happy to bring in those chokes.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Those are gonna be good. Well, they are going to be playing Prismatic as well, but you know it is into Fairy probably. But that's a risk you have to you have to play the. I think it was Achilles who was always like you wait until you have to like kind of try to like play that cat and mouse game where you get them to tap a lot. Flusterstorm, what in the world?
Yeah, I guess main deck it's interesting, but at least we have like multiple swords for days, so. Don't really care about
it is game one. I'm sorry. For some reason I thought we were like yeah. I was like I guess but still that's interesting. Interesting play. I mean, we do have some crop rot for wait, hang on.
Yeah, so we have the combo and then crop rot for step, which is quite nice.
It's nice, yeah. I like that, yeah. Be good.
So I'm probably it's tough because I don't really want to swords the Uro, but I don't want them gaining value off it anyway.
I mean, if you
and it's tough to like return to the hand.
The combo with protection, so that's nice.
to start.
Don't kill them though, unfortunately. Whatever. Or the magistrate. Let's go. Just like you said. No, just kidding. Hey. Maya's crazy, huh? Card. Really good card for this deck. Oh. It's a Stifle?
Beseiju? Ah. Yes, that's gonna happen. I guess I could have cropped it away, but we have the flagstones to crop anyway. And I should have used its ability as well. I just clicked no. That's a terrible mistake.
Oh no.
Yeah. Let's go to
Oh man.
It's okay,
it's a new card. It's a new card, everyone. We don't know what to do yet. It's okay. You press yes and you get a land. Everyone before everyone gets mad at you, I'm gonna protect you. Yeah, the shame scoop.
I think dropping on swords is fine if we're bringing in the blasts.
Absolutely. Yep, definitely. Then let's see what else. So I think this is one. Yeah, I was gonna say this is one that those can go. And then I mean, you want both endurance. You want all the endurance, I think, probably, right? I don't know.
Cool. Even just as like a plan B. Maybe a crop.
I think. Yeah. Just liberate.
Oh, the endings.
Liberator is. I mean, you can maybe cut like that, and I don't know, maybe a knight. I don't know if you need all the knights in this one because they have so many plows and stuff. But you know.
Yeah, I definitely don't mind trading a knight for an endurance at least. Orb's pretty interesting. It does allow them to just keep the Uro, but
yeah, I don't know about Orb here. Then it hits your endurance too, and I think that's actually kind of important.
Yeah, that's very true. Tower is definitely interesting as well to get through Strix, but I think we have enough ways to get through Strix.
No, we're good.
He says before he doesn't get through Strix. Murphy's Law.
Oh boy. You just, yeah. You can ask me about the list, dude. Go ahead. Could. I think that would be fine. The reason I did 61 is I just really wanted Maze, and I also like all the other lands are kind of necessary. So that's the reason I went 61. Depraved, are we? Once is so I don't know yet. You know, like the thing with the once is I wanted to help me occasionally on draws, and I don't really want to draw them later. Like right now, like this is good. This is all I would ever want to see it in this game. You know,
I think
like if you, not sure. What do you think about that, man? What do you think about 3 once versus 2? Do you care? That was rough. We missed.
I like the thought of 61 as a max. 62 is very hard for me to...
kind of a lot. Yeah, I think you'd want to, if you wanted to do 3 once, I think you'd have to cut out another land probably. Get ready to get forced.
Or endinged. That's the card that I really don't like. Force wouldn't be too bad because it is a 2-for-1.
The cards that I find on my own. I mean, you know, this whole deck is like sort of been like a group effort with a lot of people. I just personally like playing the blasts and stuff, and I think a lot of other people do too. And then the onces were like I've been playing once on and off for years. Get wasted, man. This is fast. They're moving really quick. Once I've been playing on and off for years, I was inspired to try it again because of Jason Murray's thing, like the 5-0, and I've been kind of feeling like I needed.
I don't mind
some more like. You can play that, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I think just to get rid of their lands in case of Loam next turn. But it does mean that if we don't play the step this turn and draw into another mana next turn, we can't play the knight. But that's probably okay.
It's probably okay. It's a bummer.
Okay.
But, you know, the Ramanap, it's okay.
Which is tough. I like to play Ramanap the same turn you get a land back, but I think just to play on curve, it's not too bad.
I honestly think like 61 cards in a deck like this again, where you have so many tutors, is not a big deal. Like, that's just my opinion, though.
Do we just hold up Depths here?
I mean, you don't really have another play, so you can just threaten it for now. You can
Yeah,
copy a forest if you feel like it.
Yeah.
You can copy the Tundra just so you have fight, you know, something like that. See, they're even attacking, so clearly they have an answer. Oh, I would maybe just do the Tundra. I'm not sure. Yeah, that's what I would do.
Yeah, I guess because it's a white source.
Can't be right. I mean, okay. It's fine for me.
Yeah, I think the reason that I like 61 in Depths is that you have just so many tutorable cards.
Yeah. You can get away with it in these scenarios, you know? Yes. Yeah.
Probably
just get a white land anyway.
Plateau.
Either that or you get Savannah, because you can both cast Endurance and Knight, but... Beside you. Goodness. I think you have to play the step for no value, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with the Knight here, because I want to save the Endurance for when it can do something, but it also, you can't cast it, so never mind. Nice to have Safekeeper too, but I guess that'll be fine next turn if Knight lives.
Yeah, I want to get to a stage where we can play Safekeeper, have Red Elemental Blast up, and also the combo.
That'd be nice.
But if they try to Loam here, I think we Endurance in response. So they don't get back the Boseiju.
Yeah, I agree with that, because the Boseiju is clearly a problem.
Yeah, because they have the 2 mana up. It's just tough.
It is.
This matchup is very tricky. There's a lot of interaction from opponents, especially since these decks have started playing the Wasteland Loam deck, like strategy as well.
Hang on here. I guess they have 3 blue cards and they're deciding which one.
Yeah, now they have Force as well.
Wow.
So 3 lands, 1 card.
Interesting they got rid of Teferi. That's usually a pretty good card in this matchup for them.
Yeah.
Okay, well that's good. That's good. I mean, you could just go for it with the... You could float red and then sack it, and you know.
The only issue is that we know about Boseiju in hand, which can hit the Dark Depths.
Yeah, you know that.
I think we just pass.
Yeah. No. the Seiju is going to be better against us. That like everyone thought maybe we would play, but I think it's just going to be good against us. Fortunately.
They don't loam.
Wow. Actually, that was from the Loam before. Okay.
There's a world here where I just blast the Strix, get a Yavimaya, and play the Endurance, and then just start beating in for a turn.
I do agree. I mean,
especially because we know about two lands in their hand.
Seiju's like so it's like basically like not gonna combo.
Playing this first in case they have like hardcast force. This is tough. I don't really want to give them the swords, but I don't want them to have the loam. Just gets a bit wild.
Especially with the Seiju, yeah.
I might also hold the blast for now, just in case we draw to like swords to plowshares and I can hold the blast.
Yeah.
We just get punished if we draw another red spell. Okay. It's currently a 2-turn clock, so I don't think we have to play the second Yav.
Oh. Like this, yeah. This is good. Might have their own endurance too, but yeah, I guess not.
Oh yeah, that would have been tough.
Right?
Yeah, I would assume so. I wonder if they're playing Ice Fang as well. They're playing Snow Covered Basics, so they could just be playing Field of the Dead though. Nice, yeah,
hey.
Very cool.
Cool.
Oof.
Line, yeah.
Always nice to know when you can pivot as well.
That's why this deck's good. You don't have to combo. Have to.
I think we just sent it back.
Yeah, you just sent it back.
Yeah, Strixen Coatl without being like a 80 card Yorion bug list is probably not what most people are doing. I don't know where the accent came from, but
what are you trying to be like an English guy now?
Yeah.
Nice.
Tough. I don't think this is a keep. It really relies on that green source.
Maybe if you had once, I would say it's okay. It's like one of the crop rotations.
Ugh.
Oh god. I mean, going to 5. I mean, look. I mean, you got like this deck plays 27 more land, or like you're at 20. Did you cut one? 20. You cut Maze, right?
Yep.
So you got 27 lands left, and so like your likelihood of drawing one in the next 2 turns is high.
Yeah.
I'd say that this is probably a keep, especially because they went to 5.
All right.
But at the library, man, and you got the choke, like that's huge. You know?
Second endurance.
Yeah.
Tomato.
I would have done. Everyone likes this keep. Find out. I mean, look, if they waste us, that's game. If we don't draw a card, but
I think the best draw is probably Flagstones. So we could lead on Flagstones and turn to
that'd be so good. Yeah.
Yavimaya into Reclaimer. Oh, okay.
Nice.
I don't think we have to get basic here. We could.
I mean, yeah, you playing the Yavimaya helps them out a little too, because they could just get Tundra and then have all their colors, or most of their colors. I guess they're playing black. What do you think? Like, yeah, I don't know. I kind of don't want to play that into like getting wastelanded either, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I want that for. I want to see what our next draw is in case it's like a blast, and then that can be plateau. I think it's Yavimaya because of these reasons in my mind.
Yeah, I guess because we don't know what to go for with the Heath yet. That Yav's pretty nice. But it's tough.
Okay. Out here? It's like a plow.
Well, that is fine. Especially in the face of this choke. I think our way to win this game is we next turn play Sylvan Library, they untap and play Tundra, and then Prismatic ending the library, and then we get to choke them on 2 lands.
That would be great.
Hey, Lucky. A huge thank you for the sub. Off Mining Man, 2 kind. 2 kind. Oh, okay. That's pretty good.
Nice.
I think we're just...
Yeah. Great shape.
And get in for 1.
Not.
Oof.
You have some things. I gotta check out what you're doing with the attack. Like, so fast when you do it.
It's my nimble Australian fingers.
What am I doing wrong? Yeah. Okay. Okay.
There's the Tundra. I think this is working out. I think their plan is to use a Prismatic ending on this library, or maybe bounce with Teferi. I wouldn't mind bounce with Teferi either. Okay.
Oh wow.
Are they going to bounce the library? They are. That's fine.
They definitely bounce library. What? You can still kill it. Why?
Exactly.
Weird. Choke. Oh.
I'm just picturing like a WWE like wrestling crowd, like choke.
It resolves. That's the game. I mean, I think. I'm not sure, but
it would be hard for them. Oof.
Oh yes, the best card. Seed. Let's go. Give him the people's elbow. Yeah.
There is nothing I like better than 4-color players.
That's a good feeling.
Yeah, I mean, that was really nice, especially to lose the first match and then come back and win the next 4. Really cool. Really cool.
Yeah, that was awesome. I mean, that band matchup is tough. Like, there's not a lot you can do in some of those games. So I'm happy with that. That's great.
Yeah, I think that's a case of luckily the choke just lining up really well and opponent going down to 5 and then
when we could play that and see it, but it didn't happen this league.
Yeah,
very targeted card. It could easily be something else if anyone wanted it to be something else, but
yeah, and for them as well to have Besieger was another out as well is pretty interesting.
Yeah, that was good. I mean, people are gonna be trying that stuff, right? Like, really, the card, Loam is one of those cards that makes that possible. So, I mean, this deck usually does okay against those, as long as there aren't too many plows and thematics and Caracas.
Yeah,
okay.
the deck was really fun to play. I loved it.
But yeah, it's fun, man.
And like, I think some of those hands, like we mulliganed a fair bit, so it definitely shows that like there's a bit of consistency to the mulligans. Like, you do have some pretty good 5s and 6s, especially with Sylvan Library.
Once, like when we mulliganed, one time you used it, it was like only okay, right? Am I remembering that right?
Say that again.
Didn't find the once. I'm just wondering how that. Like, I'm trying to remember how that was for you in this league. It was
pretty nice. I mean, most of the time our opponents tried to counter it. Well, they did counter it.
That's true. Well, and then that one time you went for the endurance and it didn't happen. Yeah.
Yes.
We learned on that one. I think crop. Yeah, crop is like maybe your best card. That and reclaimer.
Mm.
Yeah, those are the best cards.
Yeah, once is really sweet. I do like yeah, I don't think there's too many games there where we really miss the main deck endings.
Again, I think it makes its deck building sense again, right? Like, so instead of just assuming that we have things to get rid of, we're trying to make our plan better. And so it's nice to play that way, you know? So I think once is not, it helps. He's right. I mean, like Eli's right. One time he says one time it found forest that we really needed. That was important. Yeah, it's nice. It's kind of an unfair card, which is cool. So
yeah,
right.
Yeah, sweet.
Yeah. Well played, man.
Thank you.
Dude.
No, you're welcome. Thanks. You definitely chose some really nice lines tonight, which is good, and definitely reflects why you won the Legacy Challenge yesterday with this list, which is very cool to see.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I promised to be like Outland Liberator didn't do much again, but like I think that card is one that people should explore in these shells because it has insane upside. I would say.
Yeah.
So I'd give it a shot if you haven't tried it before.
Nice.
What do you think?
Awesome. Do you have a schedule for when you stream?
No, I just kind of do it randomly, but I'll try to be better about that. You're right. You know that's like the way you've gotten to be, Matt. You know, like the archetype format defining streamer you are. So I'll try to do better. And yeah, I stream occasionally, and I'll try to get back on it. You know, play some more of this deck.
Nice.
Good stuff. Yeah.
That's very cool. I'm going to see who else is streaming and send you guys over there. But yeah, if you want to check out Jono on Twitter and YouTube, you can find him at /DreadNaught33, I believe.
Mm-hmm. I'm just DreadNaught33 on Twitch too.
Nice.
Yep.
Nice. I know that Mr. Lee is streaming, who's another big green mage. But he's playing with turtles in Protein Hulk, which would be pretty cool. So yeah, I think tonight was nice, and it showed that the deck isn't too bad to be piloted by two people either. It can be a little bit grindy, but yeah, nice to not really go to time in any matches, which is pretty cool.
Actually, we weren't even close. That's good, because this certainly can, especially if you're playing against lands or something. It can get really tough to keep on top. So yeah, I'll play Deuce. Thanks for having me again.
Too kind, Jono. Thanks for all the subs, the follows, and to you guys in chat. We'll see you next time. Enjoy Lee. Cheers.